From Mount Horeb, it is playoff football time here on Wisco Radio. I'm Jimmy Kuska alongside Kate Johnson and a cast of thousands as we get set for playoff football action between Burlington and Mount Horeb Barneveld. The Burlington Demons enter the contest 6-4 out of the Southern Lakes Conference in southeastern Wisconsin. And Kate, this is a team that, much like Mount Horeb Barneveld, can throw the ball quite a bit.
Yeah, both teams pretty similar attack in terms of offense. Should be in for some good offensive football. And when you take a look at both teams' offenses, Jimmy, I mean, really, on the stat sheet, pretty similar as well. MHB coming into this one averaging just over 190 passing yards per game with a total of 27 passing touchdowns and then 174 rushing yards per game. And then on the flip side, Burlington, 197 passing yards per game and a little bit less of a rushing attack with 115 as well as 10 touchdowns.
So for Burlington, they're led by their quarterback, Grant Sulik, who has just under 1,700 yards passing and 20 passing touchdowns on the year in the regular season. So we know that they'll be wanting to throw the ball a lot. And countering that for Mount Horeb Barneveld is a defense that can certainly pile up the stats in a game. Have some outstanding defensive players to counter that attack here tonight.
Yeah, the front seven for MHB has been a staple all season. Haven't really gone against a great passing attack all year, so against this Burlington offense that can really air it out, it will be interesting how MHB can hold up here in the playoffs.
Mount Horeb Barneveld offensively, we teased it a bit, and there's a team that also can throw the ball and can also run it too. They move the ball in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, you mentioned the rushing attack. Wilson and Meyer, the two-headed monster back there, both with over 500 rushing yards and a combined 18 touchdowns between the senior Wilson and the junior Myers. So certainly a dual threat in the backfield.
That is our preview here for the game. Mount Horeb Barneveld again entering 8-2. Burlington 6-4 in this Division III playoff matchup, and we'll have a bit more from here in our pregame from Mount Horeb High School right after this on Wisco Radio. It is presented to you by MOHO Fitness.
At Farmers Savings Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're part of the community. By investing in local businesses, farms, and families, we help our communities thrive. Whether you're looking for a loan to grow your dreams or secure a place to grow your savings, Farmers Savings Bank is here to support you. When you bank with us, you're reinvesting in your own community. Farmers Savings Bank, where your success fuels our commitment to a stronger tomorrow. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. When the stadium lights go on, you know it's time for Mount Horeb Barneveld football. And that's where you will find Mark Nortman and Associates. As a parent and local business owner, Mark knows the importance of supporting high school athletes, the athletic program, and MHB football. Mark also knows the importance of selling your property or helping you find your dream property. Stop by our offices in downtown Mount Horeb, across the street from Quick Trip, to chat with Mark and meet Gus the Golden Retriever, who you've probably seen on our building. For the expertise and the experience you need, call Mark at 608-575-3393 or visit his website at marknortman.firstweber.com.
Hey sports fans, be sure to cheer on your local sports team just like Kittleson Landscape has for over 25 years. Like many of you, Craig and his team have students and athletes in the Mount Horeb schools, and they are dedicated to their success and the overall success of the athletic programs. Need a place to go and unwind after the big game? Kittleson Landscape specializes in outdoor fire pits, patios, and much more. To get your free estimate today, call 608-437-8845. Hope you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Go Vikings!
The Mount Horeb Barneveld GridIron Club is an organization focused on assisting in the development of youth football players and raising funds for the Mount Horeb Barneveld football program. The mission of the Mount Horeb Barneveld GridIron Club is to work cooperatively with the Mount Horeb and Barneveld school districts to support the efforts of the Mount Horeb Barneveld High School football program and the Mount Horeb Barneveld youth football program. To learn more about the Mount Horeb Barneveld GridIron Club or to find out ways to support the program, head to mhb-football.com. That's mhb-football.com.
MOHO Fitness is Mount Horeb's family fitness center, providing 24/7, no-contract membership options for adults, families, seniors, and students. Parents, do you have a young athlete looking to take their training to the next level? MOHO Fitness offers youth classes to help teach young athletes how to train with the correct techniques. Youth classes for 4th through 8th graders are after school every Monday through Thursday. For more information, visit mohofitness.com or email jeff@mohofitness.com.
Go long. That's a championship lawn. Be ashamed if some weeds took the title.
Nice hit, Johnson. Are you sick and tired of your lawn getting sacked by weeds? Then sign up with Weedman to help you achieve a lush, green lawn that stands up to weeds. Did I mention that it was kid and pet friendly? Tackle weeds on your home turf with Weedman. Call or click today.
Mount Horeb Utilities is a locally owned, not-for-profit utility dedicated to the community it serves. Providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb, our hometown team is customer-focused and service-oriented, looking out for the community's best interests. At Mount Horeb Utilities, we are committed to keeping Mount Horeb a great place to live, work, and play. For more information on how Mount Horeb Utilities energizes our community, visit mounthorebutilities.com.
Are you in need of chiropractic services? Dr. Joe Ryan at Mount Horeb Chiropractic will provide the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient. Dr. Ryan uses advanced spinal correction and chiropractic adjustments utilizing state-of-the-art techniques. Dr. Ryan has years of training, expertise, and experience in helping patients get relief from their back pain, neck pain, and other related conditions. Located at 1840 Business Highway 18151 next to Pizza Hut, or call 608-437-0099 to set up an appointment today.
At Mound City Bank, we're more than just a local community bank. We're your dedicated partner for all of your financial needs. Whether you're looking for a personal or business account, we have a range of options, including free checking designed to suit your lifestyle. When it comes to loans, you can trust that every decision is made locally by our knowledgeable lenders who truly understand the needs of our community.
Come see how Mound City Bank can make banking easier and more personalized for you. Stop by or call us in Mount Horeb at 608-437-2685. Mound City Bank is proud to be here for you, with offices also in Platteville, Belmont, Cuba City, and Mineral Point. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to Mount Horeb High Schools. We're all set for the kickoff of tonight's game. We're going to sit it down for a quick update with Brad Richardson. Brad?
Yeah, nice night here. No wind down on the field. Obviously cool here tonight, but great level 2 football conditions. Field in great shape here tonight. Should be a fast track for both these teams.
Thanks, Brad. The temperature's in the mid-40s as we get started here. It'll be kicked off by Benson Whiteside from left to right, and we are underway. A low line drive kick. It's going to skip along and be taken at the 10 and accelerating ahead across the 25 and taken down there. The Vikings will have good offensive work here on their own 27 to start here in the first quarter. And I'm joined by Cade Johnson here in the booth. Cade, so for the offense, we talked about just getting the passing game on track today. With the weather conditions, that should be in their favor.
Yeah, certainly MHB's passing attack has been a key staple all season. But, yeah, the conditions favor MHB in terms of the rushing game with notably more yardage than Burlington per game on the season.
From their own 27, the Vikings go. They're wearing the all-black uniforms with red and white striping and numbers. And they will start by running a stretch play to the left and a quick toss out. Caught in the flat and being spun out of bounds shy of the first down. Good stretch play there to make it to the outside. The little sprint pass to Henry DeRosier will pick up about 7 yards.
And DeRosier has been a guy that has really came on at his tight end position here in the second half of the season, has been outstanding defensively, but has certainly shown the ability to make plays when he gets the ball in space. Vikings will continue to look to him throughout the playoffs.
7-yard pickup makes it 2nd down and 3. Shotgun depth for the Vikings. A motion the H-back to the left side of the formation. 4-man front for the Demons. They'll hand off right up the middle. Big hole and a cut gets the first down and plenty more, as it will be Wilson picking up good yardage all the way up to the 47, where it will be first down at Mount Horeb Barneveld.
And kind of like you talked about to start the game, it is important with the cold weather to establish the run if you're MHB. As we take another look, great run up the middle by Wilson. O-line doing their job up front. And a good start to Mount Horeb's first drive.
13 yards on the gain, 1st and 10 on their own 47 for Mount Horeb Barneveld. Vikings get the H-back in motion to the wide side of the field. The snap right off the logo at midfield. They'll give right at the middle. Wilson, huge hole again as they pave the way for first down yardage, or at least close to it, as the officials are marking it maybe a half yard shy of it. It'll be a pickup of 9, 2nd and short coming up.
And looked to maybe be a potential option read there from Hendrickson, elected to hand it off to Wilson up the middle, and just a yard shy of that first down marker, but Vikings showing good signs in the run game early on.
6'3", 200-pound quarterback Brooks Hendrickson stands 5 yards back on the logo, 2nd and short here with 4 receivers in the formation. You're going to read and give again. Wilson, huge hole up the middle, and he escapes to the left side. Stiff arms a man down as he gets deep into Burlington territory from the 44 down around the 29-yard line. 1st and 10 Vikings.
And coming into this one, Wilson averaging 6.3 yards per carry, has well surpassed that mark on his first 3 carries, putting the Demons defense on their toes.
3 carries for 37 yards unofficially for Wilson so far. 1st and 10 for Mount Horeb Barneveld. And that rushing attack will open up the passing attack as we play through. They'll motion across DeRosier. Tiptoes behind the slot receiver. And this time, new running back on the handoff. Makes a cut, bounces to the outside, up the right sideline before he is shoved out of bounds. As Eli Meyer got the carry that time, they'll take it from the 29-yard line and get much closer to the end zone.
And that's that 2 running back threat we talked about in the pregame, Jimmy. Little change of pace with Meyer. He certainly has the power as well. Great job up front on this first drive by MHB's offensive line.
20 yards on the pickup as the Vikings are in the Plain, Wisconsin red zone at the 9-yard line. 2 receivers to the left. They will read and give again to Meyer. This time he is going to be collected by the defense. A short pickup of 3 down to the 6. It'll be 2nd down from there.
Yeah, we'll see what the Vikings elect to do. Looks like Wilson will be checking back in after a quick breather. Has done some nice work. And notably, Colin Haig into the game, coming back from injury. One of the Vikings' top targets at receiver, so that is certainly someone to keep an eye on as well.
2nd and goal from the 6. The full playbook available to you on 2nd and goal from the 6 here. Hendrickson going to throw, looks, sends it towards the back of the end zone. What a great play in the back of the end zone by Burlington to knock that pass away. Terrific work and coverage on a pass to the back of the end zone.
It looked to be E.J. Horvath coming over, and about as textbook as you can do it, got there at the perfect time, right through the hands of the receiver, incompletion, and now decision here in terms of a play call with 3rd down coming up.
3rd and goal from the 6 after the sophomore Horvath knocked away the pass to the back of the end zone. Another pass play here. Rolling out. Hendrickson looking. In some trouble. Now he'll just throw it, and he'll find his target, but they might lose a yard on the pass reception here as they do find DeRosier. But they lose a yard on the pass, and now it'll be 4th down.
Decision time here for head coach Brett St. Arnold. The offense showing dominance to start the drive, but now the Burlington Demons defense is really dug in here inside the red zone.
I think they're going for it. Quarterback's in the huddle. They're going to go for it here on 4th and goal from just outside the 6-yard line. No gain on the previous play. Maybe lost half a yard there. Hendrickson ducks in under. Wilson the tailback. And they are going to roll to the right. Hendrickson looking, throws it to the back of the end zone, and nobody home, incomplete. And the Vikings, after a promising drive, will turn it over on downs at the 6-yard line, and that is where Burlington will take over with 7:59 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, Hendrickson didn't like his initial read, rolling out to the right. always a difficult throw as a left-handed quarterback going cross-body and just unable to connect. So a huge early defensive stand here for Burlington after MHB marched right down the field, bringing them the momentum back into their hands.
They ran the ball so well to get to that point, and then they go to the air, and they just had a couple of misfires on that one. A great defensive play by Eli Horvath of Burlington is what I think was probably the highlight of that drive. Would have been a touchdown without that play. And now it'll be Burlington's chance to show what they can do on offense. They, too, bring an outstanding quarterback into this matchup in Grant Sulik, who stands at shotgun depth, and they will hand. It'll bounce to the right side, but the Vikings defense says no way. First one in there, Harrison Walker, as they shut down the run. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Harry Walker all over that one, continuing the great season that he has been having, just able to shed the block and get to the running back. So Vikings defense now trying to make up for the Vikings offense stalling out at the end of that drive.
No gain on first down. It'll be 2nd down. Actually, we'll call it a gain of 1. They moved it to the 7. So a pickup of 1 yard, 2nd down and 9 from Burlington's own 7-yard line. Sulik with Doomer at the running back spot. He's in trouble, has to sling it out, and they're going to lose a yard perhaps on this play as they do get the pass completed to Joshua Tomczyk. But they lose a yard on the pass completion, and now it'll be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, textbook there by Andy Jones. You let him throw it to the flats, stay in your lane, and just another great defensive play forces a 3rd down. Vikings trying to get a 3 and out and get their offense back on the field.
Well, this would be a win for field position, but obviously a major win for the defense as well. Offense playing it a bit safe, trying to avoid a turnover deep in their own territory, but now 3rd and 10. They will split them out wide. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Sulik will fake the handoff, pulls out, looks to throw, goes deep down the left, has a man open, and he's going to have it knocked away at the last second. What a play made on the fly route by the Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings. My goodness, what a play.
Yeah, Vikings sending blitz, had his man deep over the middle, no help over the top, and Andy Jones coming in once again with a huge pass breakup.
I mean, what a pass. And then just getting the arm in at the last second, Jones makes a huge play that honestly could have saved a touchdown if he wasn't able to make the tackle. And now it'll be punt time for Burlington. They go with a spread punt formation. And the kick is lifted by Sulik. And the return made from his own 49, slipping, staying on his feet, and accelerating to the left. Taking it is Django Christian, who gets out of bounds left side, near side of the field after a solid return. It'll give Mount Horeb Barneveld great field position to the 40-yard line with 6:49 to go in the first quarter. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by First Weber, Mark Nortman and Associates, and by Kittleson Landscape Incorporated. Hope you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. So with 6:49 to go in the first quarter, Mount Horeb Barneveld with great field position. They'll go back to the ground. That got them close to last time, nearly upended on the play is Wilson, who is tackled on the play by Tomczyk. Pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And I think if you're MHB, you really go back to your running game here. Had a lot of success on that first drive, and as you mentioned, maybe went a little bit away from it there on the goal line, but certainly getting some nice push up front.
It is 2nd and 7 from the 37 of Burlington. As Hendrickson will again give, and a huge hole again for Wilson, who gets tackled high, but not before he gets down to the 24-yard line. First down, Vikings. That is brought to you by First Weber, Mark Nortman.
Vikings quick to the line. They are trying to keep them on their heels.
Little tempo here. Wilson again off the left side, spun down, but not before picking up great yardage. Another 6-yard gain there will make it a much more manageable here. 2nd, and we'll call it 5.
Looks like Meyer back in for MHB after some nice work from Wilson. And once again, I see no reason to not keep it on the ground until Burlington proves they can stop the MHB rushing attack.
Ball is inside the 19, and that puts us in the Play in Wisconsin red zone on 2nd and 5 from the 19. Meyer to the right of Hendrickson. They're going to throw. They'll swing it out and miss the target. Incomplete on the pass going to the right side. It'll be 3rd down and 5.
Had a great look to DeRozier in space. That's exactly where you want to get him. Can show off the athleticism and speed. Hendrickson just a little bit off target.
So 3rd down here. On again, what is an absolutely great night for football. No rain, no wind. Chilly, but football weather. On 3rd down and 5 from the 19-yard line. Meyer to the left of Hendrickson. They're going to give to him. He'll make the cut back to the left off the zone block. He'll get inside the 15 down to the 12, and that'll be enough for another First Weber Mork Norman first down.
Yeah, going back to the run, some quick tempo here for MHB and really trying to set up this quarterback keeper off the read option as well.
After a 7-yard gain, Meyer gets it again. This time he is decked right around the 10-yard line. The pile moves inside the 10 down to the 8. So a pickup of 4 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Wilson will check back in. So keeping these running backs fresh are the Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings. And we've seen a little bit change of pace now going into the huddle, but they will, if they like what they see, they will keep the tempo.
A couple of big targets out there at receiver. Max Grundall down to the bottom of the screen at 6'2". This is going to be a run play, a stretch play to the left, into the end zone. Touchdown, Mount Horeb Barneveld. It is Jack Wilson taking it in from 8 yards away, and the Vikings score first in this playoff matchup.
About as well as you can draw it up and execute. Absolute perfect blocking up front by the MHB offensive line. Wilson going in nearly untouched, and now they will try for 2 to make it an 8-0 game as we take another look. Just great blocking on the left side of the O-line.
Didn't get touched until he was in the end zone even. That touchdown brought to you by Norsk Golf Club. And now the 2-point conversion attempt. Got 2 running backs in this formation, 3 tight ends. And they'll go power with the left side. Meyer in for 2 to make the score. Mount Horeb Barneveld 8 and Burlington nothing with 4:24 to go in the first quarter. And okay, they went right back to the run on that drive.
Yeah, they've had success. Why not stick with it? Wilson able to get the job done and strike first.
All right, we're going to send it down on the field. Brad, that touchdown drive was done mostly on the ground.
Yeah, that first drive, too, really something to keep an eye on is the offensive line controlling things here tonight, getting to the second level under blocks, the double teams. A really nice job, that offensive line. And defensively, guys, really getting after the quarterback, and that's going to be the key here tonight. Obviously, playoffs here is the play of the line, but the nod goes to the Vikings here in this first quarter.
12 running plays called so far by the Vikings against 4 pass plays. So the play calling has been very much in favor of the run, and it results in a touchdown on their second drive of the game, a 40-yard drive that covered 7 plays and took 2 minutes and 25 seconds off the clock.
Efficient.
So the Vikings will kick it off from right to left as they start in the huddle on the ready, and then they'll break the huddle and get set to kick here. Getting ready to send it is Cullen Olson in a 6x4 formation, and he'll drive it deep. This is going to get to the 5 before it's returned right up the middle, and they're going to get a great tackle in the open field on a pretty good returner in Jackson Bebo. They're going to stop him just in front of the 20-yard line. A great tackle in the open field made there by the Vikings.
Yeah, you mentioned Bebo, certainly a threat at the receiver, but it has been great special teams all year. At the receiver position, though, 902 receiving yards coming into this one, Jimmy. So Vikings defense certainly shading and keeping an eye on him.
Devin Updegraw with the tackle on special teams. And Burlington will have the football on their own 21-yard line to start this drive. And they will start by going to the ground left side and picking up a few. 3 yards on a cloud of turf there, and it'll be 2nd and 7. So 2nd down coming up now for Burlington, who we know more as a passing team coming in with Sulik at quarterback. Went to the ground on the first play of this drive. Had what would have been a long completion, but it was knocked away on the previous drive. A great pass breakup, the 25th of the season for the Vikings on the previous drive. Back is Sulik to throw. He's looking, and he'll loft one out to the flat, and I think that was just a miscommunication in their routes because there was nobody really in the vicinity there.
Yeah, Sulik doesn't usually miss like that. I think maybe expected a little bit shorter out route there. But another important 3rd down coming up. Vikings defense trying to make it back-to-back 3-and-outs.
Doomer was cutting across there in that mesh and just didn't get there in time. I think he just ran into some traffic on that play is what happened, affecting the timing. So the Demons will line up 3rd and 7 on their own 24-yard line here late in the first quarter with the Vikings leading 8-0. Sulik back to throw. Good pressure made by Mount Horeb Barneveld. Throws across the middle, and it'll be caught with 1st down yardage. And they'll move it for Porter Teat, who gets it up to the 36 with forward progress.
Yeah, Teat, the 2nd leading receiver coming into this one. Vikings rushing 5, just great pocket awareness as you see Sulik able to step up, find his groove, and then complete the pass over the middle. That is exactly what you want to see out of your quarterback.
Oh, you saw the slide step to the left. I don't know how he got away from the grass or the interior line right there, but good pocket presence, as you said, Cade, and now it is 1st down Burlington as they get it to the 36, just ahead of the 35 where the ball is spotted. Going to keep everybody tight in the formation here. Sulik will go empty now. He'll look to throw. He waits patiently, finds his target, and Bebo catches it as 2 Vikings collide, and he's going to get inside the 35 down to the 34-yard line, a pickup of 30 yards for Burlington.
And another great throw, a little bit unorthodox style. It's almost like he slowed it down a little bit on the release as we take another look. Saw his receiver and then maybe wanted to give him an extra second and kind of paused as he let that one go. And unfortunate break there defensively with the Vikings defenders colliding, but a great catch by Bebo.
So Bebo will get it down to the 34-yard line. Burlington 1st and 10. Bebo is on the far left side of the offense now, top of your screen. Sulik has a running back in the formation. Hard count is going to get Mount Horeb Barneveld to jump across, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. And yes, indeed, the first penalty of the game will go against the Vikings. So 5-yard penalty for stepping across the line. By the way, the officials tonight, Ryan Hanna, Bill Hanna, Jaron Reedy, Chad Abram, and Austin Bunders, all out of the Prairie du Chien area. That includes Austin Bunders, who's actually the athletic director at Wazeeka Steuben. So they do indeed confirm the call is offsides or encroachment against the Vikings. And that'll move it to the 29 for Burlington, 1st and 10. 1st and 5.
Rainfall starting to maybe come down a little bit, might impact the passing game for both teams as well.
A little bit of light rain. We'll get a check on the weather here in a minute, but a handoff off the right side, pushing the pile forward is Doomer all the way down to the 20-yard line, and it'll be 1st down for Burlington, a 9-yard pickup.
And Burlington really clicking on all cylinders after being faced with a 3rd down early in this drive, trying to potentially knot things up here.
There's a very light rain that is falling here. Got a couple of ponchos out, but mostly just hoods and blankets up to cover. It's not a heavy rain, but just enough to make the field slick. Sulik will hand it. Doomer trying to pick his way through the pile, and he'll push forward. He'll pick up 5 on the dive play. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, that Demons O-line is starting to get a nice push up front on MHB. They have certainly found their groove here on this second drive.
Yeah, they're following that right side. There are some big boys hanging out on the right side of that line in Cameron Lewick and Noah Sanner. 220 and 215 pounds on the right side of the line where they're running there. Centering the line is Ethan Clark, who is 165 pounds. And all the tight end on the right side of the formation as well. On 2nd and 5 from the 15, and it's Doomer again stepping over the traffic and getting close to a first down, but short. He's going to pick up 3 and make it 3rd and 2.
So 3rd and 2 coming up. As we mentioned a little bit, a team that favors the pass a little bit more, but certainly having success now with both on this drive. I think the playbook's pretty wide open and more than likely 2 plays to get this first down as well.
We're only going to get one of them in here before the quarter ends. There's only 10 seconds left, and they haven't broken the huddle here yet. They do not have to run a play, and I don't think they're going to. They're breaking the huddle just now with 4 seconds to go in the quarter, and only the linemen are going to the line. Everybody else is walking off the field. So that is the end of the first quarter, and it is Mount Horeb Barneveld 8, Burlington nothing, but the Demons on the drive as they are down to the 12-yard line of Mount Horeb Barneveld. You are watching Vikings football on Wisco Radio.
Located in the heart of beautiful Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, Norsk Golf Club boasts a tough but fair 9 holes that will be challenging and fun for golfers of all ages. Norsk Golf Club is dedicated to serving our community by creating a family-friendly destination for golf, outdoor recreation, and entertainment in every season while preserving the irreplaceable green space in the center of Mount Horeb. Don't forget about our bar and grill, bowling lanes, and to stop by and watch the Wisco Radio broadcasts. To book a tee time, visit us online at norskgolfclub.com or call 608-437-3399. That's 608-437-3399.
Turn your home into the ultimate family playground with Plain Wisconsin. Choose from our traditional solid wood or maintenance-free vinyl swing sets built for fun, safety, and years of enjoyment. Whether it's a basketball goal for your driveway or a full multi-sport court, Plain Wisconsin has everything you need for backyard action. Want the perfect lawn? Our synthetic turf putting greens and pet turf are perfect for practice, play, and furry friends. With Plain Wisconsin, you get quality, durability, and fun, all in one place. Visit our Middleton showroom to try it first or shop us online at plainwisconsin.com.
At Samuelson Eye Care, we know clear vision doesn't always mean.
Welcome back to Mount Horeb High School. Start of the second quarter. Jimmy Kuska, Kay Johnson with you as the Vikings are on defense. Burlington on offense, 3rd and 2 at the Vikings 12. A big play coming up here. Sulik at quarterback, Doomer at running back. Vikings shift late, and they're going to run off the right side away from the shift, but it doesn't matter because the Vikings are there, and where they're walking it off is that they will be short of a first down here. Appears they only got a yard on the play.
Yeah, I think going to be about 4th and inches.
They do have a good field goal kicker if they wanted to try it. Benson Whiteside has range from about 40 yards and in, but they are keeping the offense out there. 4th and inches for Burlington. Sulik out of the shotgun on 4th and inches. Vikings had everybody packed in tight. Sulik, high snap, gets it down, and the Vikings got him at first, but the second effort's going to get him across the 10, it looks like, and already a first down signal as they have him spotted inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal, Burlington.
Yeah, Vikings defense looked like they initially had him stuffed in the backfield, and then just the second effort will get the first down. Ball did pop out at the last second. I believe the runner was ruled down just prior.
Yeah, they ruled him down right on the line. They needed to get the line for the first. That's where the sticks were set. So now 1st and goal from the 10 for Burlington. Boy, that was incredibly close. The Vikings had him in the backfield, but he was able to break away. Doomer, pretty good running back. Able to power through. And now they will do a double handoff. The quarterback playing receiver will throw it into the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown, Burlington, as Bebo will catch it after the double handoff. And the trickeration gets Burlington on the board with 10:38 to go in the second quarter.
You know, perfectly executed trick play there by Burlington. As you said, went to the double reverse pass play. Completely fooled the Vikings defense, and now the momentum kind of shifting back in favor of Burlington after as we said, Vikings had a chance to get off the field multiple times.
Ballman to hold. The kick is up by Benson Whiteside, and it is good, and that makes the score. Mount Horeb Barneveld still in the lead, 8-7 with 10:38 to go in the second quarter. So you see the pass play right there. Good work by Bebo, and what a great play to bust out for the score here. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Mount Horeb Utilities, providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb, and by Norse Golf Club. Book a tee time online at norsegolfclub.com. So we noticed the rain coming down a little bit at the end of the first quarter. Let's check in with Brad Richardson. What's it like out there?
Yeah, just a light rain down here. It's actually starting to pick up a little bit more, but not too bad. But you mentioned maybe some slick conditions. One thing I was going to mention to keep an eye on here, but it solved itself, was Django Christian was being evaluated here on the sideline, but he's back here on kick coverage.
He was a player who, on the long pass play for Burlington, collided with his teammate, and that's the injury that they were just talking about there. Thanks, Brad, for the update. Stay dry. The rain, now you can really tell it's coming down here in Mount Horeb. Scattered showers in the area was in the forecast, but it is really coming down here as the kick is a short squib kick, takes a roll, bounces off the return man, and it'll be picked up by Mount Horeb and into some traffic. It's staggered and taken down at about the 25-yard line. They're going to spot him right at the 20, just ahead of the 25, so we'll call it the 26, and that is where Mount Horeb takes over for their third drive of the game.
And just taking a look, as Brad mentioned and you mentioned previously, you can start to maybe see a little bit of moisture accumulating on the grass down there, so something to keep an eye on in terms of the overall flow of the game.
Well, you'll also see that every time the ball touches the ground, they're going to rotate footballs in and out. Sometimes the official will actually carry a towel to dry the ball off. But now all of a sudden, the guy you have on the sideline, you can see on the far sideline guys with towels getting ready to go there. They'll hand up the middle here, and a little bit of yardage for Wilson, not much. Pushes forward, maybe a yard or two. It'll be 2nd and 8 for the Vikings.
Vikings looking to continue to go back to that rushing attack that has worked so well for them.
Yeah, on the last drive for Mount Horeb Barneveld, a 40-yard drive. They got it done all on the ground. 6 rushes for 40 yards on the previous drive, including the 8-yard touchdown run by Wilson. And then they ran in the 2-point conversion as well. This is another handoff. This is going left side and going nowhere as the Burlington defense came out fired up. See a lot of guys popping off the bottom of that pile as they swarm to the ball off that. They are starting to adjust to the run a bit as Luke Lazenby was the first one in on the stop for Burlington. No gain for Mount Horeb Barneveld.
Great job up front by Burlington. Going to be 3rd and 8, maybe 9. More than likely going to see Hendrickson air it out here. Ball deep in their own territory.
Looks like it's going to be zone coverage. And indeed, they'll throw it on a slant, and it's too low on the attempt. They were trying to find Christian on the slant, but too low. Sometimes when it starts raining, the ball comes out a bit wet there. Either way, it's incomplete, just shy of the target, and now the Vikings will have their first punt of the game.
MHB had the exact look they wanted against Burlington's defense, but Hendrickson maybe a little bit conditions playing a role in that pass, as you mentioned, just left it short of Christian.
So now the punt. Returner standing back at the 40 for Burlington. Spread punt here for the Vikings. Burlington showing a light rush. They're going with a hard count here. High snap, it's through the hands, and they're going to get off a low sidewinding kick, and Burlington's going to let it roll, and the Demons are going to have the ball at the 43 going in after the short punt snap that went over the head of the punter, and the Burlington Demons will have a short field to work with 9:05 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, not a whole lot you can do there as the punter just doing his best to try to get that one away and save at least some yardage. Yeah, Vikings lucky that didn't end up going the other way.
Yeah, DeRosier got it away, but it was short punt for Burlington at the 43 after punting from their own 27-yard line. So a 16-yard punt. And now Burlington on offense. As Sulik gets the high snap, hands it off, and immediately swarmed and tackled by Harrison Walker. Another TFL for Walker in this game. It'll be a loss of 3 on the play.
Yeah, Walker's been all over the place so far for MHB's defense. A senior leader on this team and stepping up huge here in level 2.
Big play made, a TFL for Walker, his 11th of the season. And it'll be 2nd and 13 for Burlington on the 46 of the Vikings as the rain has backed off just a little bit now. Still coming down, but not like it was just a couple minutes ago. Sulik has an empty backfield, trips right, 2 tight ends on the left, and H-back's likely going to motion here. No, they're going to keep him on that left side. Great protection all day to throw. Unleashes one deep down the field, and it is going to be incomplete. Showing off the arm strength a bit there, but the receiver is unable to catch up to it. And the incomplete pass makes it 3rd and 13.
And Bebo did have a step on the MHB secondary. Always a difficult pass to make in normal conditions, let alone with the rain coming down. Just overshooting that one.
Sulik on the year completes about 66% of his passes, so he's efficient. Good touchdown-interception ratio, averages just under 15 yards of completion. They've been going to the ground quite a bit with Doomer, who has just under 700 yards rushing on the year, including tonight's work. 3rd and 13 for Burlington at the 46 of Mount Horeb Barneveld. They'll motion Bebo across. We have flags as I think he turned upfield just prior to the ball being snapped, and that's an illegal motion. That'll move him 5 yards back.
Yeah, back into their own territory. It's been a relatively clean game in terms of penalties so far, so good to see from both teams, but that is a pretty big one on 3rd and what was already about 14.
So it'll officially now be 3rd and 18 after the 5-yard penalty on Burlington's own 49-yard line. So the short punt, if they can hold them here, might not cost them a lot, but got to stop them on 3rd down here as well. A little defensive confusion now. They go 2 by 2. Back to throw. Has time. Sidearms. Finds an open target. Breaks one tackle. Gets inside to the 35 to the 34. That is close to a first down, but they're going to spot him a yard short.
And about as good as you can do it there. At least makes it a no-brainer in terms of going for it here on 4th down. Don't have to try to force a deep pass. So found the soft spot in the MHB defense. Great play by Tomczyk.
Yeah, Tomczyk got the catch. They'll get it down to just in front of the 35. It's about 1.5 yards for a first down here. Taking a long time to get the play in, though, on 4th and short. Play clock hasn't started. There it is, 10 seconds. Get the ball off here at the play clock. On 4th and short. 5, 4, 3. They do get it off just in time. Hand off to Doomer, and the Vikings defense says no way. They will stop him for a 3-yard loss and turn it over on downs.
And what a play by MHB's defense. Looked to be Primesberger, the senior, the first one in the backfield. And as you mentioned, after the short punt, the defense coming up huge. Primesberger the first one, and then finished off by the rest of the MHB front 7.
We'll send it down to the field to Brad Richardson for an update. Brad.
Yeah, Kate mentioned it, but a great job there by Evan Primesberger, the senior, shedding his block and getting in the backfield for the Vikings.
It's officially a loss of 4 yards. Thanks, Brad. They'll give it to Wilson, who picks and chooses his way left side before he gets suplexed down at the 41-yard line. A pickup of 3 there. That was a suplex. My shoulders hurt from that. Jeez. They don't allow that in actual high school wrestling. It's more of a WWE thing. Just watch out for steel chairs, I guess, next play. Taken down for a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 now for the Vikings at their own 41-yard line. Been sticking with the run, but they're going to go to the air here. They'll swing it out to Christian on the near side, who gets wrapped and thrown out of bounds. He is right at the first down marker. If it's on the hash mark, it's a first down.
Depend on the spot, but got a great block
yeah, they're
there.
saying first. I was going to say, it's right at the first down marker. They do give it to him.
How about Hayden Anderson there out of the tight end position, leading the charge with the pancake, opening up the running lane for Christian.
That was a great block. Good call out on that, as Anderson did not only knock him to the ground, but then sat on top of him, make sure he didn't get up and make the play. Off the 48, 1st and 10. And we'll get to the first down here in a second. A pickup of 2, maybe across midfield. They were walking it off way up the field. The far side official was almost to the 45, and then they retreat. It's a pickup of 3 for Wilson. That previous first down was brought to you by First Weber, Mark Norman.
Vikings trying to put together a drive here. Maybe their last chance to possess the ball here at the end of the first half with a 1-point lead. Be interesting to see. More than likely going to go for 2 if they were able to score and try to make this a 2-score deficit.
Get a stretch play to the right side, and Wilson spins out of 1 tackle, stays on his feet, keeps the legs churning. He's going to have positive yardage on the play, a pickup of 3 down to the 46 of Burlington, and now it'll be 3rd down and 4.
Tough guy to bring down one-on-one. Have to go low, and when you don't, you certainly pay the price with his running after contact ability.
I think Brad could probably confirm this for us, but it does appear that if there is any rain, it's extremely light at this point. Don't really see it coming down anymore. It is 3rd and 4. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Back to throw. The toss to the right side is caught, and enough for a first down as it is hauled in along the right side. Colin Haig.
Yeah, great to see Haig back out there after the injury kept him out of the last few games and making an impact here in the first half. Perfect timing on the curl pattern. 1st and 10 MHB.
2 for 2 on the drive. Passing is Hendrickson for 7 and 9 yards, 16 total. So mixing in some short passes now with the run game, which Burlington has started to sell out on a little bit. The linebackers have been creeping forward now. Now they stay back with a 3 down front. They're going to hand it right up the middle, and Meyer's going to get through the first wave, and he's into the secondary, stays on his feet, and runs into a teammate. But it's going to be another First Weber, Mark Nortman, first down, and it takes us into the Plain Wisconsin red zone.
Yeah, how about the elusiveness there from Meyer? It might have been Grundle that got in the way of that one, able to just navigate through the defense, found the seam, able to spin off, and then the only man stopping him, his own teammates, but the Vikings will certainly take that.
We'll have to check with the official statistician during the timeout to see if they do give credit for a tackle there to Grundle, but either way, it's a first down for the Vikings, and it is also a red zone appearance now, Plain Wisconsin red zone appearance for Mount Horeb Barneveld as well. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Mount City Bank, building lasting relationships with premier financial solutions, and by the Mount Horeb Barneveld GridIron Club, an organization focused on assisting the development of youth football players in Mount Horeb. Let's go down to the field. Let's take a look at maybe the rain has subsided a bit, but we'll check in now with Brad Richardson down on the field. Brad.
Yeah, conditions have improved here. The rain has stopped for the most part, so pretty good playing conditions now. But just wanted to mention this drive here shaping up, and really it's the middle of this offensive line that's making the most impact here tonight, and we'll see if they stick to the running game here inside the 15-yard line.
Raven Volchev in the middle of that line, along with Dylan Randall, left guard, paving the way here. Pass play on first down. They'll swing it out to Christian, who gets it inside the 10. He'll be tackled at the 9. So we're going to call that from the 14-yard line, a gain of 5. 23 yards on that previous run play by Meyer.
And that's just been a staple of this MHB spread offense all year. The timing curl route with either Christian or Haig on the outside. Hendrickson really developed some nice chemistry throughout the season with his targets.
Second down, and I'll give it to Meyer, who stops going to the left, cuts back to the middle. This one may be coming back as a penalty flag is thrown into the pile. They take it from the 9 down to the 2, but this one may be coming back for a hold.
Yeah, certainly thrown in the area of a hold. notice anything initially, but not what you want to have if you're MHB.
So instead of first and goal from the 2, holding call. And remember, holding is spot of the foul ahead of the line of scrimmage. So it doesn't automatically move them from the 9 back to the 19. It's going to move them from, it looks like, about the 4 back to the 14. So we'll see where they spot the ball. Yeah, they're going to set it right down they're going to call it the 15-yard line. So it's actually a 6-yard penalty on Mount Horeb Barneveld. And it'll be second down and call it 14 from here. Or no, they're on the 15, second and 13 from here. Doing the math I'm not a math guy. That's what you're here for, Cade. You got to do the math.
And not quite as bad a penalty as it maybe initially looked, but certainly like to have first and goal from the 2.
A lot of confusion here as they flip the receivers around. Now they got to get set for 1 second before they can snap the ball. On second and 11 from the 15, and now we get a timeout taken by Coach St. Arnold. And the Vikings, they'll have 2 remaining. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining with 3:48 to go here in the second quarter. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Farmers Savings Bank, more than just your local hometown bank. And by Play in Wisconsin, swing sets, basketball hoops, trampolines, and more. Try it first at Play in Wisconsin. They also sponsor the Red Zone, which is where the Vikings are in right now, facing a second and 11 from the 15-yard line. We got the math right. It took a while. I don't know if you see all the notes here, but I had to do the whole long form of just doing simple addition and subtraction. And without my 9-year-old here to do the math for me, it just took me a minute. So
we got it right in the end. And I don't know, if you're MHB's playbook's still pretty wide open here at second down and 11.
Wind has picked up a little bit. The flag extended past the video board outside of the south end zone. Little bit of wind. The flags on top of the uprights are twirling a bit as well. Not that it affects necessarily in this situation maybe a running play or even a pass play at this distance, but it's there. We'll keep an eye on it. Hendrickson lines up 2-by-2 on second and 11 from the 15. They'll fake the handoff. Looking, cross the middle. It's caught. Touchdown, Vikings. It is caught by Anderson for the score from 15 yards away. And Mount Horeb Barneveld goes up 14-7 on Burlington with 3:44 to go in the second quarter.
Set up perfectly with the play action. Anderson over the middle. His 10th receiving touchdown on the season. An absolute dot by Hendrickson, and now a chance, a huge 2-point conversion chance here to try to make it a 2-score game.
That touchdown brought to you by Norsk Golf Club. 2-point conversion attempt now for the Vikings. With 2 running backs in the formation, Wilson and Meyer. Ball is loose on the ground, and since it was loose and covered by Burlington, no one can do anything with it. It'll go down as a 2-point conversion rushing attempt that did not succeed, but it does keep Mount Horeb Barneveld in front yet, 14-7 with 3:44 to go in the second quarter. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Weedman. Get ready to achieve a lawn care win with Weedman. And by MOHO Fitness, the presenting sponsor of the WIAA playoffs on Wisco Radio. So we look at that drive. That drive was an 8-play drive that took them from their own 38 into the end zone. That is 62 yards on the drive. And that took 3 minutes and 26 seconds off the clock. So that is your scoring summary there, capped off on a 15-yard touchdown pass from Hendrickson to Anderson. And on that drive, Hendrickson, even with the rain, went 4 for 4 on that drive passing for 36 yards and the score.
A nice response from MHB's offense and Hendrickson. And just going back to that 2-point, that might play a big role later in this game. Versus a 7-point lead versus a 9-point lead is certainly a lot different in terms of how things can play out.
Especially because Burlington has shown that they have a kicker who can make kicks. So the point afters do make a difference here. Here is the kickoff. It's high end over end. And it is to the 3. And Burlington is going to hand it off, and Bebo's going to get it. And he'll break 1 tackle before tripping and taking out an official on the far side of the field around the 20-yard line. Burlington has 2 timeouts and 3:36 on the clock, but with the passing attack they have, well, this will be the 2-minute offense I think we'll see at work here.
And the other, on the flip side of things, we've seen from the Vikings all season is if they sense their defense is playing well on second and third down, they will try to use timeouts to preserve time for their offense. So going to be interesting, depending on the first couple plays of the drive, which team is trying to save some clock here.
So the Demons will have the ball on their own 19-yard line, 81 yards to go here. They're going to start on the ground with Doomer, who is going to pick up a couple to the 21. It'll be 2nd and 8.
No timeout yet from MHB. I think a nice defensive play here. We would see a timeout potentially from Coach St. Arnold.
3:15 and counting to go until halftime. In our game presented by MOHO Fitness. Bebo split out way to the left on the near side, bottom of your screen. Porter Teat in the slot inside. Sulik, the quarterback, will play action. He'll throw as he gets hit, and it's going to be incomplete, but there is a flag thrown. The Vikings feel like it's an incomplete pass, but there was a flag thrown. That's not a pass interference, so it might be a holding call, but we'll see. Either way, the Vikings are – it appears that it's on the Vikings, but we'll see what the official call is here. It is indeed holding against Mount Horeb Barneveld. So that is something that happened before the pass. Sulik, as you see here, was under heavy pressure. What a great pass rush right there. Just whipping around the end was Walker. It's a 10-yard penalty against Mount Horeb Barneveld, their 3rd penalty of the game. And it moves it up to the 31 for Burlington. 2:50 to go in the second quarter. Clock did stop with the penalty. 1st and 10 Demons. Bebo split out way to the left, below the numbers near side. And they'll hand it right up the middle. Doomer is going to get swarmed around the 36. Pickup of 5. 2nd and 5 coming up.
Yeah, still 2.5 for Burlington to work with. Not showing any signs of urgency quite yet. You mentioned all 3 timeouts, so plenty of time to work with. And, of course, 2 timeouts, so plenty of time to work with here for the Demons.
And with Bebo split out way to the bottom, it does take the safety out of the box as well as they worry about him over the top. Another run play is going to push it forward. Call it a gain of 3, and now we do hear whistles to stop the clock. No, maybe not. They're just spotting the ball. I thought the whistles were to stop the clock. I think it was just to end the play. A 3-yard pickup there by Doomer. Clock is under 2 minutes now. Remember, Burlington does get the ball to start the second half as well. They are receiving. 3rd and 2 off of the 39. And it'll be another handoff, and this time, no way. It is stopped right away by the Vikings. In there was Parker Niles, who gets the stop, and timeout for the Vikings after they get the TFL there.
Yeah, Parker Niles, another key piece of MHB's front 7 that has been so great all season, able to get the block shed and then finished off by Wilson. Bring up 4th down.
They're getting some great work rushing off the edge right now are the Vikings. They're getting around the bigger tackles for Burlington and certainly finding their way down to the home there for Sulik and the quarterback back there. And now they'll be set to kick it away here, perhaps. Interesting time of the game, 99 seconds till halftime. Mount Horeb Barneveld has 1 timeout remaining. Burlington still has 2 timeouts remaining. But I'm not sure what we draw up here in the grass to try to get this first down and try to give yourself a shot. They haven't shown a lot of urgency here, Cade.
Yeah, if we did see some no-huddle offense from MHB, only for a play or two, so we'll stay in this entire drive if they're able to field the punt here. But another notable thing, last week we did see a blocked punt as well.
I just want to point out that the quarterback, Sulik, is also the punter. So you always watch out for that when the quarterback is also the punter. That it does open you up to some fakes. Mount Horeb Barneveld showing a rush here. The quick snap to Sulik, who does launch a high, spiraling, but short punt. And it bounced off of a Viking who did not see the ball. It's picked up by Burlington. They're taking it all the way in for the score. Oh, my goodness. What a play. It hits one of the coverage players for the Vikings, and they take it in for the score. Xander Marino has a touchdown after the ball bounced off of a Viking who did not see the high punt as it hit him. And you see the Mount Horeb Barneveld has a coach all the way out to the hash marks arguing the call here.
Yeah, Coach St. Arnold, not quite sure what he's trying to say there. It looked like it did clearly bounce off of MHB and was returned for a touchdown, but
they're talking right now. I mean, they don't have the benefit of replay at the sub-state level.
Officials now discussing a little bit.
So they huddle. This crew,
I think they might be saying he can't advance the ball if it is recovered by Burlington. That might be.
They're going to go back and find the beanbag, which is at the 27-yard line. So the officials talked about it. 83 seconds until halftime, so we can take the score off the board. It is 14-7. But Burlington did recover the muffed kick, so it is not a touchdown. Marino recovers. And now they get the coverage set on first down for Burlington at the 27. Orbit motion. Back to throw. Sulik. There's a flag on the play. High pass. It's snagged by Burlington. Inside the 20, down to the 17. Close to a first, but there is a flag. And it was right at the line, so that's usually in the area of holding.
Yeah, great jump by MHB's D-ends. Got a little extra grab there. Try to prevent the sack. Might have got through without that. But just when MHB thought they were going to get the ball back, kind of a crazy turn of events.
Well, we were talking just about how the edge rushers were getting the pressure in on the quarterback. The ball moves to the 36, so it's a 9-yard holding penalty. And it'll be first down and 19 there. Also to consider, the kicker for Burlington in the pregame warmups, his longest made field goal is 37. That means they'd have to get the ball to the 20-yard line for a field goal try. And a decent kicker, he gets it high enough, but he also missed quite a few, especially off the right hash mark, which is where Burlington is now. Back to throw. Sulik steps in, throws left side. Lots of jostling on the left side, but no flag. And it'll be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, Demons asking for pass interference there. As you mentioned, a little bit hand fighting there. No penalty. Flag thrown. And Mount Horeb Barneveld's defense trying to pick up for the special teams miscue here at the end of the first.
1:03 to go until halftime. Burlington still has 2 timeouts. That's an eternity in high school football. Our game tonight brought to you by MOHO Fitness. Trying to get into halftime on 2nd and 19 from the 36-yard line.
Vikings showing blitz.
Back to throw, 6-man rush. Sulik in trouble, steps ahead of the pressure. He's across the line before he's hit and blasted near the sideline as he was in the grasp of one and then took a big shot from another Viking. He's going to get positive yardage, but maybe only a yard, and he paid for it at the end.
It did not get out of bounds as well, so the clock continues to wind now under 40 seconds as we see the big hit at the end of that play by Wilson.
No urgency here from the Demons. None at all. In plus territory, maybe content to just take this thing into the locker room, knowing they're going to have to be receiving the kick in the second half. They're letting the clock wind intentionally here.
Can see both sides of it from the coaching side of things. You got 3rd down and 17. You don't want to give MHB the ball back with any chance at a blocked punt or return if you can't get some of this yardage back. But at the same time, you mentioned that ball's at the 35-yard line, and you only need a few more yards to at least have a try at a field goal.
Well, they got it down to 11, and I would imagine here we're going to see how far Sulik can throw it. Maybe, I don't know. They've been very conservative on this approach. They have 11 seconds officially on the clock and 1 timeout remaining for Burlington. So the thought here is that they don't they can get it inside the 20, they can take that last time out and try a field goal perhaps. But if you take a shot to the end zone, I would imagine just from the first half, Sulik's got the arm for it. But either way, they take off that time on the other side of it for Mount Horeb Barneveld to get a free possession as well.
And potentially, depending on how long it takes the receivers to get down there, you might have a chance at 2 deep attempts for the end zone.
So the ball is at the 35. It's on the right hash mark. And as I mentioned, watching the pregame warm-ups for Burlington kicker Benson Whiteside, he was having trouble kicking off of the right hash mark in the pregame. On the year, 1 for 3 on field goal attempts. The long of 28. Flag at the snap, and it's going to be a procedure penalty. 5 yards against Burlington. That is the 3rd penalty against the Demons in this game. It's going to move them back to the 40. A second ran off the clock. So now just 10 seconds remain. So they lose 1 second and 5 yards.
And you can actually hear head coach St. Arnold down there from the booth. He said no trick plays, so Vikings keeping an eye out for that after they were burnt early in this one with a double reverse pass.
They're putting 1 second back on the clock. Just doing some lip reading from afar here. I think they're trying to put 1 second back on the clock. Yep, that's what they're pointing up here. They want 11 seconds on the clock before they let this play go. It'll be, I don't know, 3rd down in the Wisconsin Dells from here, but if they get inside the 20, they could think about a field goal attempt. Sulik on 3rd and 24 for Burlington. Looks left, steps back, throws off his back foot, incomplete. 7 seconds remain, and it is 4th down. So now all you can really do, you can run a screen, maybe a draw. I don't see them having time to throw it deep as Mount Horeb Barneveld's been bringing the heat off the edges. That time just with 4 rushers.
Yeah, getting some nice pressure there on Sulik. Had a pretty good look on that crossing pattern. Maybe would have had some space to run.
But you see as he's stepping back, he's not stepping into the throw. He's been hit enough, and now he's kind of throwing off the back foot and retreating a bit. So the pressure is definitely getting to him here in the first half. 7 seconds to go until halftime. Burlington has 4th down and 24. According to the handy-dandy abacus we have here in the broadcast booth. 3 receivers to the left for Sulik. Mount Horeb Barneveld bringing heat off the edge. They stunt off the left side. Sulik in trouble, steps up, and he's going to take it himself. And this should run out the first half. It does, as Sulik will get the ball down to the 25-yard line, so he will pick up some yardage at the end. But it is not enough for the first down, and also time had expired. So your halftime score, and I'll have to get it right on our screen here. It is 14-7 in favor of Mount Horeb Barneveld over Burlington as we have reached the half. And we're waiting to see if we're going to get a chance to talk to the head coach for the Vikings as Brett St. Arnold makes his way to the inflatable helmet down the field. And we've got Brad Richardson standing by to talk to him about the first half. Boy, you really bring out some of the coaching moments there at the end in those timing and those clock situations. So we got to see a bit of that, see the timeout strategy play out as well. I'm sure that the muffed kick there near the end, fresh on the mind, but either way, the Vikings will take a lead into I'm assuming they go to a locker room. They don't just huddle inside the big helmet, right? So there's a locker room.
Back to that shed back there, kind of a cool spot right by the field.
Well, it'd be cool if they did it inside the helmet too, though. Probably not very warm in there, but it would have great aesthetics, and that's all that matters, right? So we're going to get a chance to talk with Coach St. Arnold hopefully here in just a second as they make their way down to the locker room for halftime here, where Mount Horeb Barneveld leads 14-7 over Burlington in this level 2 football game. Again, we're just standing by. Going to have a quick conversation coming up here with Brad Richardson, and he'll talk to the head coach from Mount Horeb Barneveld. That is Brett St. Arnold here in just a moment as he's still making his way off the field. By the way, in the first half, just looking at the scoring plays, Mount Horeb Barneveld getting it done on the ground and through the air in this game. Wilson with a rushing touchdown and Anderson with a receiving touchdown in this one. So 2 scores for the Vikings in the first half. in this one, leading 14-7. Also had a 2-point conversion run taken in by Eli Meyer to add in to the scoring. So they head into the locker room here at the break, and again, it is Mount Horeb Barneveld leading by 7 at halftime. The other side of this matchup is Catholic Memorial and La Crosse Logan. So that is the other side of this matchup, and we'll check in on that here during the break as well. But first, we're going to get a quick word in here as we'll send it down to Brad Richardson down on the field, and we'll send it down to him here for a quick word with Coach St. Arnold.
All right, joined by Coach St. Arnold here. Pretty good first half. Let's first talk about that defense. You put yourselves in a couple of tough spots, but they rose to the challenge.
Yeah, I mean, defensively, obviously we had a couple mistakes. Even that first drive, couldn't got the field on 3rd and 8 and then 4th and short. But, hey, I mean, our guys have bounced back. They've been in this position before. It's just limiting the damage going forward now. I mean, second half we got to come out. Some of our blitzes got to get home. We're just missing somewhere, and that's where film comes into play. We got to see where those hits, we're not getting those hits, and we can hopefully get that in the second half and make some adjustments.
A couple nice scoring drives for your offense. Your running game seems to be clicking pretty well here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, our LC's mashing, and hopefully we can continue in the second half and just keep running. I mean, I think our offensive line is really controlling the line of scrimmage, and if we can do that in the second half, I really like our odds of moving the ball and put the points on the board.
All right, appreciate the time. Coach St. Arnold here.
Brad, appreciate it.
Send him back up to the booth.
All right, thanks, Brad. Again, at the break, it is Mount Horeb Barneveld 14 and Burlington 7 here at halftime. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll have more football coming up for you here on our broadcast tonight, presented by MOHO Fitness. You're watching Vikings football on Wisco Radio.
Healthy eyes. That's why we've introduced advanced screenings to capture detailed images above and below the surface of your eyes, helping us spot potential issues early, often before you notice any changes. These quick, painless scans give our doctors a deeper look at your overall eye health, so you can see clearly today and for years to come. For as low as $40, be sure to add on these screenings to your yearly exam by calling 608-437-3377. Protect your vision with Samuelson Eye Care.
At Farmers Savings Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're part of the community. By investing in local businesses, farms, and families, we help our communities thrive. Whether you're looking for a loan to grow your dreams or secure a place to grow your savings, Farmers Savings Bank is here to support you. When you bank with us, you're reinvesting in your own community. Farmers Savings Bank, where your success fuels our commitment to a stronger tomorrow. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. When the stadium lights go on, you know it's time for Mount Horeb Barneveld football. And that's where you will find Mark Nortman and Associates. As a parent and local business owner, Mark knows the importance of supporting high school athletes, the athletic program, and MHB football. Mark also knows the importance of selling your property or helping you find your dream property. Stop by our offices in downtown Mount Horeb, across the street from Quick Trip, to chat with Mark and meet Gus the Golden Retriever, who you've probably seen on our building. For the expertise and the experience you need, call Mark at 608-575-3393 or visit his website at marknortman.firstweber.com.
Hey sports fans, be sure to cheer on your local sports team just like Kittleson Landscape has for over 25 years. Like many of you, Craig and his team have students and athletes in the Mount Horeb schools, and they are dedicated to their success and the overall success of the athletic programs. Need a place to go and unwind after the big game? Kittleson Landscape specializes in outdoor fire pits, patios, and much more. To get your free estimate today, call 608-437-8845. Hope you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Go Vikings!
The Mount Horeb Barneveld GridIron Club is an organization focused on assisting in the development of youth football players and raising funds for the Mount Horeb Barneveld football program. The mission of the Mount Horeb Barneveld GridIron Club is to work cooperatively with the Mount Horeb and Barneveld school districts to support the efforts of the Mount Horeb Barneveld High School football program and the Mount Horeb Barneveld Youth football program. To learn more about the Mount Horeb Barneveld GridIron Club or to find out ways to support the program, head to mhb-football.com. That's mhb-football.com.
MOHO Fitness is Mount Horeb's family fitness center, providing 24/7, no-contract membership options for adults, families, seniors, and students. Parents, do you have a young athlete looking to take their training to the next level? MOHO Fitness offers youth classes, to help teach young athletes how to train with the correct techniques. Youth classes for 4th through 8th graders are after school every Monday through Thursday. For more information, visit mohofitness.com or email jeff@mohofitness.com.
Go long. That's a championship lawn. Be ashamed if some weeds took the title.
Nice hit, Johnson. Are you sick and tired of your lawn getting sacked by weeds? Then sign up with Weedman to help you achieve a lush, green lawn that stands up to weeds. Did I mention that it was kid and pet friendly? Tackle weeds on your home turf with Weedman. Call or click today.
Mount Horeb Utilities is a locally owned, not-for-profit utility dedicated to the community it serves. Providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb, our hometown team is customer-focused and service-oriented, looking out for the community's best interests. At Mount Horeb Utilities, we are committed to keeping Mount Horeb a great place to live, work, and play. For more information on how Mount Horeb Utilities energizes our community, visit MountHorebUtilities.com.
Are you in need of chiropractic services? Dr. Joe Ryan at Mount Horeb Chiropractic will provide the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient. Dr. Ryan uses advanced spinal correction and chiropractic adjustments utilizing state-of-the-art techniques. Dr. Ryan has years of training, expertise, and experience in helping patients get relief from their back pain, neck pain, and other related conditions. Located at 1840 Business Highway 18151 next to Pizza Hut, or call 608-437-0099 to set up an appointment today.
At Mound City Bank, we're more than just a local community bank. We're your dedicated partner for all of your financial needs. Whether you're looking for a personal or business account, we have a range of options, including free checking designed to suit your lifestyle. When it comes to loans, you can trust that every decision is made locally by our knowledgeable lenders who truly understand the needs of our community.
Come see how Mound City Bank can make banking easier and more personalized for you. Stop by or call us in Mount Horeb at 608-437-2685. Mound City Bank is proud to be here for you, with offices also in Platteville, Belmont, Cuba City, and Mineral Point. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Located in the heart of beautiful Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, Norsk Golf Club boasts a tough but fair 9 holes that will be challenging and fun for golfers of all ages. Norsk Golf Club is dedicated to serving our community by creating a family-friendly destination for golf, outdoor recreation, and entertainment in every season while preserving the irreplaceable green space in the center of Mount Horeb. Don't forget about our bar and grill, bowling lanes, and to stop by and watch the Wisco Radio broadcasts. To book a tee time, visit us online at norskgolfclub.com or call 608-437-3399. That's 608-437-3399.
Turn your home into the ultimate family playground with Plain Wisconsin. Choose from our traditional solid wood or maintenance-free vinyl swing sets built for fun, safety, and years of enjoyment. Whether it's a basketball goal for your driveway or a full multi-sport court, Plain Wisconsin has everything you need for backyard action. Want the perfect lawn? Our synthetic turf putting greens and pet turf are perfect for practice, play, and furry friends. With Plain Wisconsin, you get quality, durability, and fun, all in one place. Visit our Middleton showroom to try it first or shop us online at plainwisconsin.com.
At Samuelson Eye Care, we know clear vision doesn't always mean healthy eyes. That's why we've introduced advanced screenings to capture detailed images above and below the surface of your eyes, helping us spot potential issues early, often before you notice any changes. These quick, painless scans give our doctors a deeper look at your overall eye health, so you can see clearly today and for years to come. For as low as $40, be sure to add on these screenings to your yearly exam by calling 608-437-3377. Protect your vision with Samuelson Eye Care.
At Farmers Savings Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're part of the community. By investing in local businesses, farms, and families, we help our communities thrive. Whether you're looking for a loan to grow your dreams or secure a place to grow your savings, Farmers Savings Bank is here to support you. When you bank with us, you're reinvesting in your own community. Farmers Savings Bank, where your success fuels our commitment to a stronger tomorrow. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. When the stadium lights go on, you know it's time for Mount Horeb Barneveld football. And that's where you will find Mark Nortman and Associates. As a parent and local business owner, Mark knows the importance of supporting high school athletes, the athletic program, and MHB football. Mark also knows the importance of selling your property or helping you find your dream property. Stop by our offices in downtown Mount Horeb, across the street from Quick Trip, to chat with Mark and meet Gus the Golden Retriever, who you've probably seen on our building. For the expertise and the experience you need, call Mark at 608-575-3393 or visit his website at marknortman.firstweber.com.
Hey sports fans, be sure to cheer on your local sports team just like Kittleson Landscape has for over 25 years. Like many of you, Craig and his team have students and athletes in the Mount Horeb schools, and they are dedicated to their success and the overall success of the athletic programs. Need a place to go and unwind after the big game? Kittleson Landscape specializes in outdoor fire pits, patios, and much more. To get your free estimate today, call 608-437-8845. Hope you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Go Vikings!
The Mount Horeb Barneveld GridIron Club is an organization focused on assisting in the development of youth football players and raising funds for the Mount Horeb Barneveld football program. The mission of the Mount Horeb Barneveld GridIron Club is to work cooperatively with the Mount Horeb and Barneveld school districts to support the efforts of the Mount Horeb Barneveld High School football program and the Mount Horeb Barneveld youth football program. To learn more about the Mount Horeb Barneveld GridIron Club or to find out ways to support the program, head to mhb-football.com. That's mhb-football.com.
MOHO Fitness is Mount Horeb's family fitness center, providing 24/7, no-contract membership options for adults, families, seniors, and students. Parents, do you have a young athlete looking to take their training to the next level? MOHO Fitness offers youth classes to help teach young athletes how to train with the correct techniques. Youth classes for 4th through 8th graders are after school every Monday through Thursday. For more information, visit mohofitness.com or email jeff@mohofitness.com.
Go long. That's a championship lawn. Be ashamed if some weeds took the title.
Nice hit, Johnson. Are you sick and tired of your lawn getting sacked by weeds? Then sign up with Weed Man to help you achieve a lush, green lawn that stands up to weeds. Did I mention that it was kid and pet friendly? Tackle weeds on your home turf with Weed Man. Call or click today.
Mount Horeb Utilities is a locally owned, not-for-profit utility dedicated to the community it serves, providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb. Our hometown team is customer-focused and service-oriented, looking out for the community's best interests. At Mount Horeb Utilities, we are committed to keeping Mount Horeb a great place to live, work, and play. For more information on how Mount Horeb Utilities energizes our community, visit mounthoreb.utilities.com.
Are you in need of chiropractic services? Dr. Joe Ryan at Mount Horeb Chiropractic will provide the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient. Dr. Ryan uses advanced spinal correction and chiropractic adjustments utilizing state-of-the-art techniques. Dr. Ryan has years of training, expertise, and experience in helping patients get relief from their back pain, neck pain, and other related conditions. Located at 1840 Business Highway 18151 next to Pizza Hut, or call 608-437-0099 to set up an appointment today.
At Mound City Bank, we're more than just a local community bank. We're your dedicated partner for all of your financial needs. Whether you're looking for a personal or business account, we have a range of options, including free checking designed to suit your lifestyle. When it comes to loans, you can trust that every decision is made locally by our knowledgeable lenders who truly understand the needs of our community.
Come see how Mound City Bank can make banking easier and more personalized for you. Stop by or call us in Mount Horeb at 608-437-2685. Mound City Bank is proud to be here for you, with offices also in Platteville, Belmont, Cuba City, and Mineral Point. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Located in the heart of beautiful Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, Norsk Golf Club boasts a tough but fair 9 holes that will be challenging and fun for golfers of all ages. Norsk Golf Club is dedicated to serving our community by creating a family-friendly destination for golf, outdoor recreation, and entertainment in every season while preserving the irreplaceable green space in the center of Mount Horeb. Don't forget about our bar and grill, bowling lanes, and to stop by and watch the Wisco Radio broadcasts. To book a tee time, visit us online at norskgolfclub.com or call 608-437-3399. That's 608-437-3399.
Welcome back here to Mount Horeb High School. The Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings leading the Burlington Demons 14-7 at the break. I think the story so far in this one, I'm Jimmy Kuska, by the way, joined by Kay Johnson here in the booth. Story so far is just how much each team has committed to running the football. When you talk about Mount Horeb Barneveld in this game, just sticking to the ground already, 138 yards rushing, 12 for 79, and a score for Jack Wilson and Eli Meyer, 6 for 59, and a 2-point conversion already as well. You combine that with 43 passing yards, 181 total yards for the Vikings in the first half, 10 first downs, 10, I should say, first Weber, Mark Nordman first downs in the first half, and then 3 penalties for 26 yards. For the Burlington Demons, they also have been staying a bit to the ground. Their leading rusher in the first half was Jake Doomer, who had 13 carries for 26 yards. Their quarterback had two rushing attempts for 16 yards as well. Their quarterback, Grant Sulik. Sulik, by the way, in the game, 5 of 10 passing for 67 yards and a touchdown to his top target, Jackson Bebo. That is your first half stat recap for both of these teams. Our game tonight is presented by MOHO Fitness. The Vikings will be kicking off to start the second half right to left. Not a whole lot of wind to speak of. We had some scattered showers in the first half. I don't see any precipitation falling at the moment. We had a little bit of rain kind of where the quarter turned, first to second quarter, and now that's kind of died off. We do have a little bit more wind, and the temperature has chilled into the upper 30s now in the second half. In other words, it is late October football weather here in Wisconsin.
Yeah, really starting to get into the playoff weather, if you will, and generally this time of year, teams that can run the ball have the advantage, so MHB able to do so pretty well in the first half. Going to try to stick with that attack of Wilson and Meyer here in the second.
I think it's impressive, too, when you talk about two teams that we talked about the passing for. Well, even Burlington, 15 rushes versus 10 passes, and 2 of those rushes, by the way, were called pass plays. And for Mount Horeb Barneveld, 18 rushes against 10 passes as the kickoff is end over end, deep and to the near side, where it is taken from the 5. They will throw a lateral. It's on the ground, and it was forward, so it's going to move them back anyway.
You're trying to come out with a little trickery here on the opening kickoff. I mean, that is a tough, risky play to set up to open the half.
I will say this as a special teams coordinator for the high school football team I coach, that is not in our playbook. There's so much risk and very little reward for going laterally with the ball in the air like that. Trying to get it to Doomer to the left, and they're talking about whether it was a forward pass, I think, right now. And because at that vantage point, you don't have a lot of good looks at it. The officials are out of position for that. And they do indeed call the penalty against Burlington. That's going to move them back well inside, probably inside their 10, maybe as close as the 5-yard line, where they spot this football after they mark off the penalty.
Hey, great camera work by our operators, Cam Goodwin and Ethan Gage. That one looked to be on the replay clearly a forward pass. And, you tried to catch MHB by surprise with the trickery, but now you're starting off the half deep in your own territory.
On your own 6 is where Burlington will start after the penalty. Another penalty for Burlington. That one is half the distance to the goal, so a 6-yard penalty. This ball is floated out for Teat, but no flag coming as he was diving for the ball. The officials deciding there that both players were going for the ball.
Yeah, Mount Horeb Barneveld might have caught a break there on that one. That was certainly a bang-bang play. And under heavy pressure that time was Sulik, Vikings rushing 5. And they've had a lot of success getting in his face and forcing some tough throws rushing 4 or 5.
He's been playing off his back foot a bit, playing a little skittish back there. Took a big hit near the end of the first half as well. On a running, just on a scramble play. His 2 rushes are both scrambles for 16 yards. Obviously a very good quarterback, but that stuff does take a toll on you after a while. 2nd down and 10. Burlington on their own 6-yard line. Sulik back to throw. Heavy rush. They're going to swing the pass out to the running back, and Doomer's got great yardage up the far sideline, and he's going to have a Demons first down all the way up to the 23-yard line.
And didn't quite see what happened there defensively, but it's just completely unaccounted for. I believe it was Doomer down that sideline. Just a little swing pass out of the backfield, and not sure what, maybe a little miscommunication for MHB.
Well, when you're sending a blitz, sometimes you don't account for the running back. Typically, the running back will stay in the block. So when you swing it out like that, it's a big, big risk. As they showed on the kickoff, as they showed on a double pass in the first half, that they're willing to take some gambles and take some risks, and that is certainly one when you don't leave your running back in to block on a blitz. Vikings showing 5 up front on a rush. Doomer will motion out. Back to throw. Sulik in trouble. He gets hit as he throws, looking for Bebo on the far side. It's incomplete. And nothing coming here on the contact. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And once again, throwing off of his back foot, Parker Niles in the face of Sulik. Still made a throw that had certainly had an opportunity to potentially be caught, but not a easy catch if Bebo was able to get his hands on that one.
I'll tell you what, right now it's not going to show up necessarily in the stat sheet unless they get to the quarterback and drop him for a sack or force a fumble or something, but the pass rush has been the MVP so far for Mount Horeb Barneveld.
Continuing to rush 5.
2nd down and 10. They got a linebacker there who's now trailing on the running back out of the backfield, and immediately has a man in his face, and a great block behind Bebo as he breaks a couple of tackles, accelerates forward to the 40, and a 1st down Burlington, a pickup on the play of 17 yards. Just barely got that play away.
And a couple of great play calls offensively for the Demons, taking advantage of MHB's aggressiveness, rushing 5. They set up that swing pass, and now a little screen play. Vikings not in position to make a stop.
Yeah, and they're trying to get that pass rush to back off a little bit with those quick passes, the swings, the draws, the delays. Those are the kind of plays you're on the screen, as you mentioned, on the receiver screen. They go 2 by 2 here, and now just 3 down linemen for Mount Horeb Barneveld. Plenty of time to throw. Lofting it out, and incomplete. Both receivers tied up. They had a man open across the middle, but way incomplete, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Vikings defender fell down on that one. Not quite sure if he was going there for Marino or Teat, but had a couple open receivers here on the near sideline.
The field got a little bit wet in the first half, but the field when I walked on at pregame was in an amazing shape for this time of year, because grass fields, you know, it can be hard to have them hold up, but with the grass as short as it is, don't know that the rain made a whole lot of difference, as we haven't had a lot of rain lately. The field was in great shape when I walked at pregame. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left for Sulik, and they're going to go to the ground, and they're going to get it to Doomer, who's going to get great yardage along the left side. Boy, it has to be slippery, though. You see after the play how far he slid. Surface must be pretty wet down there. 7-yard pickup. So it'll be 3rd and 3 for Burlington, but we'll take a quick look at the other game on the other side of the bracket. This is Catholic Memorial and Lacrosse Logan, and right now Logan with the ball in their own territory, but Catholic Memorial leading 17-14 on the other side of the bracket from here. The winner of that game takes on the winner of this game. 3rd and 3, big play here for Burlington early in the 3rd quarter. 14-7, Mount Horeb Barneveld with the lead. Sulik motions a man across. They'll throw the pass sidearm play to Evo. It's incomplete. He couldn't hang on as he bobbled and lost control of it. It's incomplete, and now 4th and 3 coming up.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of footsteps in the ear there of Bebo. Vikings defenders barreling down and trying to run with that one before fully securing it.
He would have had the first, too, had he hung on to it. He was right there. He just taking the dive forward. Now, here's what you watch for, though. You're at 4th and short midfield, and your quarterback is the punter. I'm sure this team has some things drawn up. He's at somewhat shallow distance here for a punt, and Burlington's actually going to talk about it with 10:07 to go in the 3rd quarter, and a 7-point lead for Mount Horeb Barneveld. First time out of the half, and it is taken by Burlington. They'll have 2 remaining. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by First Weber, Mark Nortman, and Associates. Also in the game are the folks who bring you our first downs. Also, Kittleson Landscape Incorporated. Hope you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Great to have the support of everybody here in the Mount Horeb community for playoff football here tonight on Wisco Radio. Our broadcast brought to you by MOHO Fitness. And since we're in a timeout, we're going to check in now with Brad Richardson down on the field. Brad.
Yeah, as we were talking with the coach, St. Arnold there at halftime, his defense has been put in some tough spots and maybe rising the challenge here again. That's where this 3-man, 4-man fronts, I think, paying off here for MHB, dropping guys into coverage. And Jimmy, you're the special teams guy here. I wonder if you're the receiving team, if you're thinking a possible fake here.
Well, it is 4th and short at midfield, and your quarterback is the punter, so there are a lot of options open to you here. Also, because of the way it is in special teams rules, the other thing you check for is eligible receivers. So if they put 2 guys on the line on this side, the inside guy would not be an eligible receiver, but the left tackle on the other side would be. So that is something you watch for as a coach as well. And they are going to fake it. They're going to throw it over to the left side, and just as we just talked about, they throw it to the left, trying that play, and they'll turn it over on downs. 1st and 10 going the other way.
Yeah, Vikings had a fake ran on them last week. Burlington had the look they wanted, but, of course, the play call comes in, maybe a few nerves settling in there for Sulik, and just could not quite connect with Marino there. Had the guy he wanted open.
So on that play, the left guy is eligible. The left player on the line is eligible if they have 2 guys on the line on the right side. So the left tackle becomes eligible and able to go downfield, and I had just said it right before they did it. It's just the thing. We talk about special teams being a factor in games, and there you get it. 1st and 10 going the other way. Now for Mount Horeb Barneveld on the 47 going in with 10:02 to go in the third quarter. They'll turn. They'll throw all the way out to Meyer, who can't hang on. It was a forward pass, so it is incomplete.
They're trying to get the ever so dangerous Eli Meyer in space,
who has a whole mess of helmet stickers. You can't even see the logo on this one side. The whole side. Well, maybe they don't have a logo on the right side, but either way, it's all helmet stickers on one side of the helmet for him. That just shows you the impact he's had this year as a junior for the Vikings. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Mount Horeb Barneveld on the 47 of Burlington. 1 possession game early in the third quarter. Playoff football here on Wisco Radio. They're going to toss it short to the right side this time to Christian, I believe, over there. And the mob on the far sideline, they'll pick up a few and make it 3rd and 6.
Interesting here what offensive coordinator Chris Ballback dials up. 3rd and 6. We've certainly seen screens in this situation in the past from MHB, but kind of where you are on the field, you might almost figure you got 2 plays here to get this 1st down, depending on how the first one goes.
That's a great point, Cade, and that's maybe where they could go back to the run a bit here, although they do have 8 guys in the box right here expecting run, and indeed they do give it on the ground to Wilson, who spins out of one would-be tackler and accelerates forward from the 43 down to the 34, a 9-yard pickup, and a First Weber Mark Nortman 1st down for the Vikings.
As you mentioned, with the stacked box, MHB's O-line continuing the great job they've done all night, able to get a push and a hole for Wilson, and he just does the rest, barreling through tacklers.
And a couple of arm tackles. He broke them there. Actually, a 10-yard pickup down to the 33. 9:28 and counting here in the third quarter. Boy, the clock is skipping numbers over on the video board. That is interesting. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. They will go to throw. Lots of time unwinding, throwing for the end zone, and it is caught. Touchdown. Let's see. They're talking about it. The officials are still talking about it. Now they say touchdown, Vikings. Mount Horeb Barneveld strikes from 33 yards away, and for the second time it is Hayden Anderson in for the score, and that touchdown is brought to you by Norse Golf Club.
A senior to senior, putting it on the money. It's Hendrickson, one of his best throws of the season. I believe was a post route coming from the slot by Anderson, and just about as great as you can do it here.
Look at all the time he has. What great protection from the offensive line on that throw. He counted to about 8 Mississippi before he let that one fly. Now the 2-point conversion coming here. And they will go on a toss play to the left, and Meyer is going to shed a tackler into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. Mount Horeb Barneveld 22, Burlington 7 with 9:12 to go in the third quarter. That scoring drive covered 47 yards in 4 plays, most of it through the air, and it results in Mount Horeb Barneveld leading 22-7. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Mount Horeb Utilities, providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb, and by Norsk Golf Club. Book a tee time online at norskgolfclub.com. We're going to go down to the field and get an update after that scoring drive from Brad Richardson. Brad.
Yeah, Cade, you mentioned it. Maybe the best throw that Brooks has thrown this year, and he had plenty of time, but impressive throw here, stood in the pockets and had lots of time. But open receiver Django Christian here on the left side as well. A really, really nice drive here for the Vikings, doing a little bit of everything. Ground game's working pretty good, and boy, that play action is kind of clicking right now.
For Hendrickson, he has completed his last 6 passes in a row. And that includes 2 touchdown tosses to Anderson. Deep kickoff, returnable, and this time no forward pass laterals as they just make the one cut up the field and take the ball all the way up to the 28, maybe the 29-yard line when they untangle this mess. And it'll make it first down Burlington from there. The scoring drive, by the way, took just 50 seconds off the clock, 50 seconds for Mount Horeb Barneveld to go 47 yards in 4 plays.
That's certainly the risky run with the fake punt, as well as able to capitalize off some great field position.
I'm just feeling good about myself for calling the fake and knowing what they're going to do. If you can't tell, I've coached special teams, right? So it's actually a play in our playbook too to try to. People might forget about that left tackle, right? Because he becomes an eligible receiver. Well, right there, Mount Horeb Barneveld certainly didn't forget. They had it covered extremely well. 2-by-2 here, back to throw. Sulik under some pressure, steps up, hit as he throws, but he gets the ball away. It is caught by Marino up at the 40-yard line, 11 yards and a first down.
And doing what he can with limited time back there is Sulik. Another excellent job of stepping up through the pressure and just throwing that, kind of almost having to short arm that one. Can't go through his full windup, but trying to make do with how well this Vikings D-line has been getting into his face.
Yeah, I tell you what, the up front Niles and Walker and others, like they are bringing it every single play. Even in 3-man rush situations, they're still getting pressure on the quarterback. Here they're going to hand it off, and this is not going to get a lot, but they do push forward here as they get the ball to Doomer, who gets it from the 40 up to about the 44-yard line, a 4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6 coming up.
Yeah, fighting for some extra yardage. Looked to maybe get a yard or so initially, but that little extra effort at the end of the play gives them about 3.
It'll be 2nd and 6 for Burlington off of their own 44-yard line. The Vikings have played a lot on defense. I haven't had the time to do the math for this, but it just feels like the defense has been out there virtually the entire game as Mount Horeb Barneveld has had very short drives when they've had the ball. So they've been able to get into the end zone 3 times in the game already. Sulik back to throw on play action. Steps in, has a man as the defender fell down, and it is taken by Teat. Across midfield, down around the 38-yard line. So we'll flip the side from the 44 of Burlington to the 38 of Mount Horeb Barneveld. First down after a pickup of 18.
And what a great route ran there by Porter Teat, the senior wideout. Nice timing with his quarterback. And I would say, Jimmy, this is a very important drive here for Burlington, trying to keep in this one. Don't want to let MHB get the ball back and a chance to make it a 3-score game.
4 of 8 passing in the second half is Sulik for 63 yards in the second half already, just his third quarter. They'll hand it this time, and the Vikings defense is there for another TFL, a 3-yard loss back to the 41. As again, the defensive front able to get by all of the offensive linemen for Burlington. It's officially a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 2nd and 14.
Aiden Knight in on that one, as well as Eli Meyer. I mean, just the way this defensive line has played for MHB has been outstanding. They've been great all year, but really able to step up here in level 2 of the playoffs and make things very difficult back there for the rushing attack and for Sulik.
Well, I tell you, this defensive front, they're showing a 5-man blitz here, and they do overload the blitz. Burlington does pick this one up, a throw to Bebo on the near side, and they're going to say he caught it inside the 35 down to the 33, and it'll make it 3rd down and 5.
So we take another look. Tough to tell. Bang, bang play. I don't know. Certainly popped up like he caught it, so if he didn't, he sold it well.
That's what you're taught to do as a receiver. Make it look like you got it all done, right? 3rd and 5, though, for Burlington. This is a huge 3rd down play. I would imagine it's 2 plays to get 5 yards here for Burlington. If you're going to fake a punt from midfield, you're going to go for it on 4th down here, even with a loss of yardage on this play. 2-by-2 again out of shotgun depth. Back is Sulik to throw. Steps in, had a man in his face, and the ball is dropped. Sulik had pressure right at his face, still stepped into the throw, and Porter Teat couldn't hang on the near side. It'll be 4th and 5.
Another great job fighting the pressure and putting it that where his receiver can get it, but another drop from Burlington brings up a huge 4th down.
So it'll be 4th and 5 here from the 33. Some of the crowd on their feet in front of us here. As Sulik lines up again and spread 2-by-2. And the Vikings showing blitz, and Burlington is going to take a timeout. With 5:58 to go in the 3rd quarter, Burlington is down to 1 timeout remaining for the game. And that comes again with 5:58 to go in the 3rd quarter, and Mount Horeb Barneveld leading 22-7. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Mound City Bank, building lasting relationships with premier financial solutions. And by the Mount Horeb Barneveld GridIron Club, an organization focused on assisting the development of youth football players in Mount Horeb. I know the Mount Horeb Youth Leagues, they do some flag football in the spring. I believe that they actually are one of the many communities considering joining a league that I coach in the spring. So just seeing the number of gridiron clubs and football clubs in the area that get kids out and interested in football, especially at a very young age, is really encouraging. And it allows, as you look at the roster on the near side here, to see all the people in uniform here tonight, it allows you to sustain and build a great program like the one they have here in Mount Horeb. We're going to take a quick look at the other game on the other side of the bracket. It is Catholic Memorial on the march inside the 40, leading by 7. Right here, Burlington has 4th and 5 at the 33 of Mount Horeb Barneveld. The Vikings showing a 4-man rush. They send 4. Sulik in trouble, breaks the tackle, now accelerates, and he slides down at the 25, and it's a 1st down for Burlington.
And with the over-aggressive MHB D-line, that is certainly an option for Sulik to find the seam and run, able to shed off a tackle and the wherewithal to know exactly where that 1st down marker and get it.
So on a slide, you get marked down where you are when you begin the slide. The slide is at the 24, 1st down Burlington, not where he ended up, which is a couple yards past that. The grass is a little bit wet yet from some first half rain. Doesn't appear to be doing anything right now out there. If it is, it's very light. They get Bebo split out to the left in a tight formation here. Back to throw. They'll try to get it to Doomer out of the backfield, and it's incomplete. And we have a player down for Burlington. I don't know if he ran into somebody back behind the play, but he's back up now, and it'll be 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass.
I tried to set up the halfback screen. Eli Meyer all over that one. Would have had nowhere to go even if it was completed. And, of course, the pressure coming through as well, but was not fooled on that.
Well, it just feels like Sulik is rushing the throws a bit. That pressure from Mount Horeb Barneveld has been getting to him over and over again. Hasn't had a whole lot of time to work with. On the other side, Brooks Hendrickson, I mean, he could probably, write a cookbook in the time he's had back in the backfield. Mount Horeb Barneveld again dialing up some heat. Big rush coming. They'll swing it out of the backfield, and the receiver falls down for a loss on the play. They got it out to Tomczyk, and he slips and falls for a loss on the play of 3, and it will be 3rd and long.
Yeah, that is where, although it's not currently raining, I think conditions still certainly have played a factor into this one. We've seen a few more drops than some other games throughout the season, a couple guys slipping, and that might have been part of it there.
So we do have an injury on the field. It looks like it's just leg cramps maybe. There's the tight hammy. So they work on the receiver on that last play. That was Tomczyk. They work on him now with third down coming up. This is outside of the field goal range for Burlington, but down 15, you're not thinking field goal. You need touchdown. So I would imagine the Demons have 2 plays to get the next first down if they can get it.
And I think that's important to keep in mind as well. If you're MHB, obviously you don't want to give up the entire first down here on one play, but Burlington certainly be fine with 7, 8, 9 yards and set up a nice fourth down play call as well.
So it'll be third down from the 27 of Mount Horeb Barneveld. As the Vikings break their huddle, now Burlington will come out from their huddle. They do have to keep Tomczyk off the field for at least one play due to being checked on for the injury. 5:02, third quarter and counting. 3rd and 13 here for Burlington. As Sulik sends Doomer out of the backfield. Looking. They set up the receiver screen, and he's in trouble. They're going to get him for a loss. A loss of 3 on the receiver screen to Jackson Bebo.
And really had the look they wanted with the screen against the blitz, but Vikings all over that one. As we take another look, Meyer was coming loose off the edge, and then Niles and then Aiden Knight able to finish that one off. So
well, it's that part where they roll that safety over. You saw them roll the safety to his side, and their whole job is just to make sure that Bebo doesn't get past him or get around him. So they've always got eyes on him. And now 4th and 16 for Burlington from the Mount Horeb Barneveld 30-yard line.
See if he has time to get it off here with the amount of yardage he needs to get.
They send 4. Linebacker blitz up the middle. Sulik going to throw it across the middle. Knocked down, incomplete. Looking for Bebo, and no flags. It's a turnover on downs, and it'll be Vikings football with 3:54 to go in the third quarter.
Django Christian all over that one in coverage. Had time to at least try a pass, kind of throwing off balance, and Christian wanted the interception, but will certainly take the pass breakup and turnover on downs.
So it'll be Vikings football on their own 30, 1st and 10. Our game broadcast tonight brought to you by MOHO Fitness. They line up for the play here. 2 receivers left, one to the right. H-back motions out into a slot position, now trips left in the formation. They'll set up a throw off to the left. It is caught, and it'll be taken by Harvey Helen for good yardage, about 7 on the pickup as he gets out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Must have been a number change out there for MHB. Certainly wearing Helen's jersey down there, but of course, well wishes to Helen as he continues his injury recovery.
So you have some inside info. We'll figure out who it is in number 30, but either way.
Maybe you used his extra jersey down there on the sideline with the injury, but
they'll hand it up the middle, and big hole here, and it is going to be off to the races as Jack Wilson takes it all the way in to score. A 63-yard house call for Wilson.
What a play by Jack Wilson. Seems like he's just been waiting to break that one off all night. The O-line doing their job once again. Just a little zone up the middle. And look at the blocks there.
He
the
wasn't
pancake.
even touched.
Just
Untouched.
a great block by number 70, Moose Valchev. And the Vikings have blown this one open.
So 2-point conversion try coming now for the Vikings with 3:05 to go in the third quarter. 49-second scoring drive. Covered 70 yards in 2 plays, a 63-yard touchdown run for Jack Wilson, who scores for the second time in this game. They're going to get the play stretching out to the left. The throw to the end zone. No, he's out of bounds. His 1 foot was down out of bounds, so the 2-point try is no good. That touchdown was brought to you by Norsk Golf Club as the Vikings go up 28-7 on Burlington with 3:05 to go here in the third quarter. We'll send it down now to Brad Richardson down on the field. Brad.
Yeah, the touchdown brought to you by the defense has been kind of a bend, don't break sort of mentality, keeping things in front and giving this offense, which really hasn't looked for the big plays here tonight, an opportunity. As you mentioned, Jack's just kind of waiting for that to break open, and clean run down the sideline.
He had 79 yards in the first half. Prior to that run, he had a 10-yard run in the second half, so he got up to 89. Add the 63, and that math is, 152 yards rushing now in the game for Wilson. Now 14 carries, so pretty good average, and now a couple of touchdowns to go with it.
Yeah, the offense of MHB has really blown things open. As we talked about, the first half was fueled by the rushing attack, but now we've seen them able to pass the ball, and as a defense, you're just trying to guess what they're doing, and they are executing to perfection.
All right, well, the only mystery we have left to solve now is who number 30 is. Let's see if we got a field reporter. He can walk into the sideline, right? If you just start reading up the roster when the right person turns their head. There we go. We got some help from in front of us here. That's awesome. It's good to have the help.
Connor McHugh wearing number 30.
There we go. Kickoff is a low end over end kick. It's going to be kicked, though, to Bebo, who is a very dangerous returner. And, well, he's hit by the first guy that gets to him. And a great open field tackle made by Harrison Walker, who is having himself a night.
Yeah, it's been all over the place defensively, part of this great Mount Horeb Barneveld pass rush, and then why not make a play on special teams as well? So great to see Harrison Walker stepping up here in the playoffs. I mean, this entire Mount Horeb Barneveld defense has just been phenomenal in terms of playmaking, pass rush. I mean, even the secondary has had some really nice plays as well.
I just appreciate that the starters are on special teams. That is a hard ask of guys. You're playing offense, you're playing defense. Now you got to go back out there, and you don't get a break. You got to go out there and play the third phase as well, and you're able to make plays like that. And there's a reason why you're on the field, and that's because you're one of the more important players on the team. Handoff going right, not going far, 3 yards, and a little bit of turf in the face mask. It'll be 2nd and 7 after a 3-yard pickup by Doomer.
3-score game. Clock continuing to wind, now under 3 minutes left here in the third. I think you pretty much got to start airing this one out if you're Burlington, trying to claw back in, as time is certainly not on your side.
They haven't been able to give their quarterback a lot of time to throw. They've tried screens, they've tried swings, they've tried curls, they've tried flats, trying to find anything they can do to give themselves some time to throw. Notably on this play, they do not have their top receiver out there, Bebo, on 2nd and 7. They're going to go back to throw. And Sulik is going to step up, and he's going to run. He's got a lot of ways to go. He'll slide down. It should mark him at about the 47. Yep, they're going to mark him at the 47. That is the slide rule. 20 yards, or not 20 yards. It is 17 yards on the scramble for number 17. That's what got me confused. I was writing 17 down. And it'll be 1st and 10, Burlington.
Doing what he can with what is in front of him.
He's got some wheels.
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't seen maybe try a couple more rollouts or bootlegs to maybe catch the defense off guard, as when they have kept him in the pocket, they have been able to force some quick throws.
Dallas Novak is the receiver in on the right side. Bebo not out. Now a 5-yard penalty is got a head start over there on the left side of the line with their tight end, as Fernando Miranda will move him back 5 yards. It's the 5th penalty on Burlington. And it'll be 1st and 15. Bebo on that kick return came out. He is still not out on the field for Burlington. So the top receiving target at the moment is out for the Demons. But he's back on the sideline clapping his hands. You can see the bright gloves over there. So he's set to check in on the next play. Not in on this play, though, on 1st and 15 for Burlington. As Sulik they had either not enough or too many men in the backfield on the snap, so an illegal formation penalty here. It's going to move Burlington back 5 more yards.
Yeah, flags flying in from all over the place.
Well, it's what happens when you have a backup receiver check in. with your starting receiver out, perhaps you didn't check that you're on the line or off the line. It does cause some confusion with personnel. And because of that, it is a 5-yard penalty, the 6th penalty against Burlington in this game. And now it is 1st and 20.
Be interesting here if defensive schematically, if we see the Vikings maybe back off a little bit more on the pass rush and try to just play a little bit more prevent.
We're going to set it down to the field for a quick update here with Brad Richardson. Brad, what you got for us?
Yeah, you mentioned Jackson Debo, and he's been slow to get up. It's been a culmination of hits here tonight, and see him back splitting out to the right, but back out on his play.
He is split bottom of your screen. He's out past number 4, who you see at the bottom of your screen. That's Teat. And they are going to look to the right. Sulik holds it as long as he can, and is it caught? No. Incomplete. The officials say incomplete. The down markers were moving already.
Some more discussion going on.
There is. It was down low, and they do confirm incomplete.
Was Andy Jones all over that one.
Who made the great pass breakup in the first quarter, by the way.
As we take a second look, under pressure once again, and
oh, I think he had it.
Gosh, that is tough
He had
to
his
tell.
hands under it. He had his arm under it. Looking at the replay, it looked like he had it. He got under it. Hard to tell because his body shielded the ball from us, so you can't see if he had control all the way through. And again, in high school football, they don't have the benefit of seeing this replay. We can see it here, and we can say, oh, yeah, yes or no. But you see it as he gets just under it. He got the hand under it. It looks like he secures it there, though. The ball is clearly in his hand. That's his glove that's on the ground. So it's a pass deflection instead of an interception. And now Sulik goes right back to the air and misses the targets off the left side, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 20. 27 pass breakups now on the year for Mount Horeb Barneveld. Just 4 interceptions this year. But you could see in this game being tested, especially on the boundaries against some very fast guys, they're able to get their hand in there and make some plays.
Yeah, they have. I mean, you may maybe credit some of that to how well the pass rush has been able to get to Sulik, but, I mean, when they are thrown at, MHB's secondary has been on point.
3rd down and 20. Not a whole lot of the plays in the playbook for this. And a timeout, Vikings. It'll be the first timeout called by Mount Horeb Barneveld in the second half with 48 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and the Vikings leading 28-7. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Farmers Savings Bank, more than just your local hometown bank, and by Play in Wisconsin, swing sets, basketball hoops, trampolines, and more. Try it first at Play in Wisconsin. Play in Wisconsin also the Red Zone sponsor, but the last 2 Mount Horeb Barneveld drives, they haven't needed the Red Zone to score touchdowns. Pass play for 33 and a rush play for 63.
And you kind of touched on it earlier, but it really seems like if you were to somehow look at time of possession of this game, it does feel like it is Burlington's offense out on the field for the majority of the time, as when the Vikings have gotten opportunities offensively, it's been short drives or some big plays capitalizing quickly.
I'm doing some quick math here, but the time of possession has been very small. The 5 times that they have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I missed one here. I'll add it up here in a second, but the times that they have had the ball, as you said, have been very short. They did have it on this drive. Yeah, they've had the ball for just under 12 minutes, so less than a quarter of this game, and we're already almost at the end of the 3rd quarter. I'll add it up here at the break, but time of possession has been clearly one-sided. Sulik throws it, has Bebo, breaks the tackle off the left, but steps out of bounds at midfield. It's to be a completion for 13 yards and make it 4th and 7. I got to imagine they're going to go for it here. They have to run one more play before the half end, or before the quarter ends. So 4th and 7 from just above the logo at midfield.
What do you do here for your 4th down play call?
Well, here you go to your best player. I imagine wherever 0 is where they're looking. Back the throw. Sulik, heavy pressure. He's hit, steps away from one, and he comes back across the field to make the pass completion to Miranda, who gets it from midfield. And they're going to throw a flag at the end as The Vikings player landed on him after the play, but Miranda makes up for that false start earlier and catches a big pass play for, at the moment, 18 yards, but there may be more added on to the end of this one.
Personal foul on.
That's a late hit.
The Vikings.
So from the 32, it'll go down to the 17.
As Walker had his hands on him, just couldn't finish the job. Great.
So let's see. You'll see the hit here, the penalty. He goes down, and it's the helmet to helmet at the end is what they're going to get him for. So he dropped the helmet, and that's what they're going to nab him for, the unnecessary roughness after the play. So
yeah, certainly understand the player protection in that situation.
Yeah, so that penalty makes sense in that context. But now it is first down Burlington at the 17, 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. 2 left, 1 right, and they're going to hand it to Doomer, who slows down as he gets to the line, and then he is taken down. He gets 1 yard on forward progress, and that should be it for the third quarter. Mount Horeb Barneveld with a 28-7 lead at the end of 3. You are watching Vikings football on Wisco Radio, presented by MOHO Fitness. It's the fourth quarter here in Mount Horeb. Jimmy Kuska, Kay Johnson with you. Brad Richardson down on the field. Cam Goodwin, Ethan Gage manning the cameras, and Blaine Vestal here in the booth with us, tolerating all the dad jokes that I've got that anybody can tolerate here during our breaks. They did add up time of possession here in the first 3 quarters, and for Mount Horeb Barneveld, just 13 minutes and 3 seconds of possession with the football in this game.
Yeah, just, I mean, credit to the offense for the quick work, but when Burlington has put together drives, Mount Horeb Barneveld's defense has made them work for it as well.
Offense has been getting it done in this second half. The offense has run just 6 plays. Just 6 plays in the second half for 117 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's efficiency. It'll be Burlington football in the 16 going into the north end zone. 2nd and 9. For the Demons, Sulik with Doomer to his left. Back to throw, looking, steps up in the pressure, throws it to the corner. It's knocked away at the last second. What a play in the near side by Andy Jones once again.
Yeah, he has been flying around defensively. Credit to Sulik once again. His navigation in the pocket tonight has been phenomenal for how well MHB's pass rush has gotten through, but a breakout game here for Andy Jones there at the defensive back spot.
He had the big pass breakup on a would-be touchdown in the first quarter. That would have been a touchdown as well. Had nearly had an interception to go. And I tell you what, the defense, from the pass rush to the defensive backfield, and the linebacker stepping in to create some pressure as well. All around, this has been a tremendous defensive effort. 3rd and 9 for the 16 for Burlington. 4-down territory here for the Demons, trailing by 21 in the fourth quarter. Sulik will fake the give, looks, throwing, and right at a Viking who knocks it down. Volleyball spiked that one to the grass.
Yeah.
They're laughing at him. They're like, why didn't you catch it?
Right to Evan Primusberger, and I'm sure when he watches that one back, he'll wish he went for the interception, but it'll go down as a pass breakup. Nonetheless, bring up 4th down.
Yeah, he's coming to the sidelines now. I tell you what, they're going to give him some. This is going to be good ribbing on the sideline here. That's kind of why he didn't just pick it off. But either way, he makes the defensive play. It is 4th and 9. And in a way, if he catches that and he gets taken down and he's deep in his own territory, he might get some field position if they can stop him here on 4th. Going to spread him out on the near side with 3 receivers. Sulik with Doomer behind him on 4th and 9 from the 16 of Mount Horeb Barneveld. Sulik to throw, but a procedure penalty, false start on the Demons, and that's the danger of having guys split out that far, is if you're going on an audible snap count, you're not able to hear it, you got to watch the ball like a defensive player would. That is penalty number 7 against Burlington.
Quick score update going on in the other matchup in this portion of the bracket, Catholic Memorial leading 31-22 over La Crosse Logan, who currently has the ball, but time is not on their side.
Two-score game with 1:50 to go. If that holds, then the winner of this game is heading to Carroll College in Waukesha. 4th and 14. Sulik back to throw. Under pressure across the middle, and it's incomplete. Guess who was in coverage there?
Flag.
There is a flag.
Well, they'll get a hold.
This one might be on the offense. Could be an ineligible receiver downfield. Could be a holding. Sulik's walking off the field as though it's on the Demons. Oh, it's a hold against Mount Horeb Barneveld. So this is 10 yards. It's still 4th down. It'll be 4th and 4, but the flag gives new life to this drive. So that is 10 yards. It's the 5th penalty against Mount Horeb Barneveld. So the ball is spotted at the 11-yard line, but it's not a first down. It's not like the NFL where it's an automatic first down on a hold. It's a 10-yard penalty, and the yardage did not get them the first down. The officials are talking about it right now.
4th and about 4 the way it stands right now.
Yeah, and we're right next to the visiting coaches, and we're hearing them arguing for pass interference here, but the officials have made their call. Ball is spotted, and we're ready to go on 4th and 4 from the 11 for Burlington. They'll get a free play here, essentially, after the penalty call in the previous snap. Sulik back to throw. In trouble. Rolls to his right. Still throwing. Now he throws to the run. It's picked off. And Mount Horeb Barneveld has a chance to take it with some blocking. And off and running across midfield. Still on his horse and going. And he's going to break the last tackle. Going all the way in. Henry DeRosier for the score. A pick six. 85 yards to Paintard. And the Vikings break this one open here in the 4th quarter.
Henry DeRosier, we talked about him a little bit in the first half on the offensive side, but coming up, making the play, and as we know, when the ball is in his hands in the open field, there are not many guys on the football field that can chase him down.
Desperation heave here. He picks this off at the 12, officially an 88-yard pick six. And now a 2-point conversion try coming for Mount Horeb Barneveld. 88-yard pick six for DeRosier, who's going to need a little oxygen after that run. I think he's still out there, though, as an H-back tight end. They're going to kick the point after here to try to go up another score out of the hold of Meyer. High snap, and they're just going to throw this one to the end zone, and it's going to be picked off. So the pass conversion does not go, and for Colin Olson, his time as a quarterback didn't quite get there. But either way, the score is now 34-7. An 88-yard pick six for the score for DeRosier on that one. My goodness, what a game-changing, game-swinging play to house an interception from your own 12 all the way down. And not by like a receiver defensive back. That is by a linebacker. Let's take a quick look at the other game in the bracket. 31-22 the final as Catholic Memorial defeats La Crosse Logan. So Catholic Memorial awaits the winner of this one next Friday night at Carroll College in Waukesha. So the road trip there, you're stopping at Jimmy's Grotto, getting the Ponzerotta, right? Yes. Get one of those. That'll help keep you warm in the winter.
Certainly a familiar opponent for Mount Horeb Barneveld. Knocked them out last year in level 3 off a crazy ending to that game. So a team that is hungry to try to get some revenge next week.
Interesting return setup here for Burlington as they have everything spread out kind of in the middle of the field, sort of expecting maybe a squib kick here with 4 guys up front. Don't think we're going to see an onside kick in a 27-point game, but you never know. Low line drive kick is going to hop. They're going to let this one get in the end zone for a touchback. And this will put the ball out to the 20-yard line. So a touchback for Olsen, who got the throw on a 2-point conversion, but he'll get a kickoff touchback into his stats, and it'll put Burlington on their own 20 to start on this drive. We'll send it down to the field and get a quick update in here with Brad Richardson. Brad.
Yeah, Jimmy and Katie, you've talked quite a bit here tonight. The pressure that this MHB defense has put on Burlington's offense, and just never could set his feet, throwing that ball in the run, and just a great job by the defense of staying home and putting this one away.
Yeah, Sulik has not looked comfortable at all, Cade. He has been under duress since pretty much the start of this game.
And, I mean, coming into this one, almost 2,000 passing yards, 22 touchdowns, and then only 4 interceptions. And the Vikings defense has forced a couple opportunities that could have certainly resulted in interceptions, with the one called incomplete as well as the one knocked down by Primusberger.
Well, the Vikings can't take all their timeouts with them the next week, so they're using their second timeout of the second half here with 11:20 to go in the fourth quarter and a 34-7 lead. So we will take it now. We'll tell you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Farmers Savings Bank. More than just your local – oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong one. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Weedman. Get ready to achieve a lawn care win with Weedman. And by MOHO Fitness, the presenting sponsor of the WIAA playoffs on Wisco Radio. Thanks to all of the sponsors for their support of Vikings football here on Wisco Radio. Thanks for having me along as a one-day replacement, just a dude just hanging out at home. Our season ended at where I coach. Our season is over. So I was available for tonight when I got the text yesterday, and they're like, hey, you want to come hang out and watch some football? And, I mean, you're telling me, like, that's right. That's 100% what I want to do on a Friday.
It's been a great game as well. High scoring for Mount Horeb Barneveld. We've seen a fake punt. We've seen a pick six. And overall, exactly what you want to see if you're a Vikings fan.
Double reverse pass. I mean, we've seen it all. Kind of a kitchen sink game. And it should be in the playoffs because one of these teams does not get to advance. 2-yard pickup by Doomer as Burlington stays to the ground stubbornly. Still working the ground here in the fourth quarter, down by 27. Demons this year were 6-4, played in the Southern Lakes, a very competitive conference, of course, in southeastern Wisconsin. I've been to a couple of Burlington games in my career. They have a fantastic home facility. Burlington High School, of course, is where Tony Romo went to high school. NFL quarterback, now commentator. Makes a little bit more than me per broadcast. Sulik rolls out, throws on the run, nobody home, incomplete.
Yeah, once again, just trying to get that one away with Harry Walker breathing down his neck. Walker has been all over the place.
I don't even know who do you look at the defense and say this has been the MVP of this, because the whole front seven has played incredible, lights out football from really the first snap of this game. I mean, the linebackers now own a pick six in this game. Lots of quarterback pressures and hits. And, I think we're up to 5 tackles for a loss now by the front seven as well.
Yeah, a game that they will get to watch back after this one and certainly be proud of the effort they put out there defensively.
Just a 3-man rush here. Sulik back to throw. They bring the extra rusher late. So sidearm one across. Pobbled and nearly picked off by Christian, who had it for a second, and he landed on top of Bebo, who is down on the field at the 30-yard line holding his hip or his side. And it'll be 4th down for Burlington, as now Bebo down again for the second time in the game. He did not stay down on the field for his last injury. He came off, but this time he is down and holding his side. And he got landed on when Christian was going for that interception. He got kind of landed on at the end of that play. So he is down, being tended to on the 30-yard line with 10:27 to go in the fourth quarter. And Mount Horeb Barneveld leading 34-7. The game broadcast tonight is brought to you by MOHO Fitness. Time of possession in this game, it's going to be a very misleading stat here, 13:03 for the Vikings. The pick six, they technically possessed it for the duration of that run, but I didn't start the clock when he started running. It was an 88-yard run on the pick six for Henry DeRosier. So for the Vikings, they have been very efficient in the second half. Believe it or not, we're sitting here at 10:27 in the second half. or in the fourth quarter. 10:27 to go left in the fourth quarter. And the Vikings in this second half have run just 6 plays for 117 yards and added a pick 6 to that as well. We're going to take a pause here, and we'll come back, have more football for you. 10:27 fourth quarter, Mount Horeb Barneveld 34 and Burlington 7. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by MOHO Fitness, and you're watching Vikings football on Wisco Radio.
At Samuelson Eye Care, we know clear vision doesn't always mean healthy eyes. That's why we've introduced advanced screenings to capture detailed images above and below the surface of your eyes, helping us spot potential issues early, often before you notice any changes. These quick, painless scans give our doctors a deeper look at your overall eye health, so you can see clearly today and for years to come. For as low as $40, be sure to add on these screenings to your yearly exam by calling 608-437-3377. Protect your vision with Samuelson Eye Care.
At Farmers Savings Bank, we're more than just a bank. We're part of the community. By investing in local businesses, farms, and families, we help our communities thrive. Whether you're looking for a loan to grow your dreams or secure a place to grow your savings, Farmers Savings Bank is here to support you. When you bank with us, you're reinvesting in your own community. Farmers Savings Bank, where your success fuels our commitment to a stronger tomorrow. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. When the stadium lights go on, you know it's time for Mount Horeb Barneveld football. And that's where you will find Mark Nortman and Associates. As a parent and local business owner, Mark knows the importance of supporting high school athletes, the athletic program, and MHB football. Mark also knows the importance of selling your property or helping you find your dream property. Stop by our offices in downtown Mount Horeb, across the street from Quick Trip, to chat with Mark and meet Gus the Golden Retriever, who you've probably seen on our building. For the expertise and the experience you need, call Mark at 608-575-3393 or visit his website at marknortman.firstweber.com.
Hey sports fans, be sure to cheer on your local sports team just like Kittleson Landscape has for over 25 years. Like many of you, Craig and his team have students and athletes in the Mount Horeb schools, and they are dedicated to their success and the overall success of the athletic programs. Need a place to go and unwind after the big game? Kittleson Landscape specializes in outdoor fire pits, patios, and much more. To get your free estimate today, call 608-437-8845. Hope you enjoy the game, brought to you by Kittleson Landscape. Go Vikings!
Welcome back here to Mount Horeb High School. Injury was for Jackson Bebo, who, talking about a guy who was closing in on 1,000 yards receiving this year, but he had to be helped off the field, and his season and his career likely over as they'll snap to the punter. Sulik, who was not ready for it. There's a flag for an illegal formation. Sulik does launch the punt, and it's going to be returnable for the Vikings, as Christian will turn the corner and then just duck out of bounds around the 43. Penalty's going to be against Burlington for not having enough guys on the line, or too many guys on the line. That's exactly what it is. And I think Mount Horeb Barneveld's going to be happy to take this football at the 44 after the punt.
Yeah, going back to Bebo, as you mentioned with the injury, but a guy that is a senior that has showed a lot of toughness out here tonight. You mentioned was helped off earlier and then coming back and trying to play through whatever he can to give his team a chance. But I think, Mount Horeb Barneveld just going to decide to take that solid return and start with one of the final drives here in this one in Burlington territory.
And for these seniors, it'll be final time they play on the home field, as they're on the road next week if they hold on with the 27-point lead here. Level 4 is a neutral site, and level 5, of course, is state. They'll give it up the middle, breaking a couple of tackles, and then bouncing is Wilson, who's still on his feet, inside the 30 to the 20, is blocking in front, still going to the 10, on his feet, into the end zone! Touchdown, Mount Horeb Barneveld! The hat trick for Jack Wilson, 44 yards to score, and the Vikings go up 33 with 10 to go in the fourth quarter.
Wilson now 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. So into double digits goes the senior.
His last 2 carries have been for touchdowns and 107 yards in the second half. This is the 7th offensive play run by the Vikings in the second half. This one essentially seals it. They'll go for 2 to get it to running clock here.
Pretty good for the North Dakota State committed to play linebacker, but how about a 3-touchdown night as a running back?
be the lead blocker perhaps on a toss play if they give it here. They're going to run a counter right up the middle. He was the lead blocker there, and they get it in for 2 as Meyer gets his third 2-point conversion of the night. It does get us to running clock 42-7 as Meyer gets the 2-point rush to go. And with exactly 10 minutes to go, it is Mount Horeb Barneveld 14, Burlington 7. That touchdown brought to you by Norse Golf Club. And for the 4th straight touchdown, they have bypassed the Play in Wisconsin red zone for a score.
Yeah, you will certainly take it. I mean, it is round 2 of the playoffs, and this is about as efficient and great as we have seen Mount Horeb Barneveld's offense look all year.
I tell you what, late in the second quarter on the muff punt, and where it looked like Burlington maybe had picked it up and scored to bring it within 1 point, they wiped that off the board. They keep Burlington out. At halftime, 14-7, you're feeling like this is a tense, close game. All of a sudden, in the second half, the Vikings made the necessary adjustments, and they have broken it wide open. So Bebo is out for Burlington. Outstanding player this season. They'll have a couple of guys back deep to return. Waiting for this one, teed on the near side. As the Vikings will get set to kick it away. It is running clock, and there's nothing that Burlington can do to change that because it is the 4th quarter. So even if Burlington scores, it stays running clock for the rest of the game.
Question will be here for Mount Horeb Barneveld. Obviously got this one secured. Got the matchup at Carroll next week. Do you send out your first or second team defense here? Obviously want to keep everyone healthy, but anytime you can get more real reps, that's another plus side.
You're getting reps, too, against a team that's passing a lot. It's a look you don't normally get. And if you haven't seen a lot of it this year, you want your defensive backs to get some looks at it as well, I would say. But also, I'm not coaching this team. Burlington will return from the 4, and they'll get it up around the 20-yard line, 22 about where they spotted. And, well, it was on the return there, special teams-wise, they did have a number of their reserves, and now you see they're subbing in. It is apparently going to be a lot of the reserves coming in here.
And I think that's a smart decision as these Viking seniors getting a huge round of applause at their final game here at home. A senior class who will want to continue on their run into the playoffs, but the career they've had over the past few years for this Mount Horeb Barneveld program will certainly be remembered. Now 5 consecutive years at least sharing a piece of the conference championship in the Badger Small.
Keep the starters out there for Burlington as they keep the seniors out. Doomer is going to run our right side, gets a couple of yards. From the 23 up to the 25, 2-yard pickup. It'll be second down coming up here for Burlington as running clock is on, and this game is all but over. You have to play out the final 8 minutes and change here. Game brought to you tonight by MOHO Fitness.
Of course, on the Burlington side of things, as you mentioned, season will be coming to an end. Some outstanding seniors on this roster as well that have made an impact all season, and of course going on the road in level 1.
Here's one of them, Doomer, who gets a great carry around the left side. This is going to be a 10-yard pickup. He's one of their seniors. Sulik, the quarterback, another. We talked about Jackson Bebo, another senior. Porter Teat, their slot receiver, a senior. The kicker, Benson Whiteside, in his final year. Dallas Novak, Noah Rulford, both of those players. On the defensive side, we've seen them a couple of times. Patrick Scruns, Zach Deans, a couple more seniors for the Demons. We'll get a few more of them here after this first down play. Actually, I think, they've got like 4 or 5 linemen left yet as well. So, we got Sulik. We'll get the right side of the roster here in just a second with all the linemen. That's the fun side of the roster. Sulik picks the snap up off the ground. They'll give it to Doomer, who gets covered after a 1-yard pickup. The reserves doing well for Mount Horeb Barneveld in the front 7. Remaining seniors for Burlington will be Kyle Shapleski, Mason Metzger, Cameron Lewick, who we talked about as a blocker earlier, Brett Christ, Caden Welka, and Dominic Dennis, the seniors listed for Burlington on their roster. It's always sad when you get to your final game. It's not any less sad even though you're in the playoffs, but the fact that you're able to lead your team to the postseason is certainly something of note for all of these guys. They line up here on 2nd and 9 as Sulik will give it on the play this time to Marino, who gets taken down after a gain of 3. So Marino gets his first carry of the game. And for Marino, the sophomore, 3-yard pickup makes it 3rd down and 6.
And on the Vikings side of things, a great job just taking the last 2 games game by game and able to get the job done. I mean, when that bracket comes out, you see the potential rematch with Catholic Memorial. You kind of almost circle that one in your brain, but of course you can't get that rematch unless you take care of the first 2 levels. So able to stay focused tonight and play some of their best football all season.
Made the great adjustments at halftime. Again, they've run only 7 offensive plays in the second half and scored 4 touchdowns. 1 of them on defense and 3 on offense. Another handoff here is going to be good for, not for a first down, it looks like, as they pick up 6. So Burlington with running clock, moving the ball midway through the 4th quarter. I would imagine we'll start seeing some reserves coming in on their side as they might be going 1 by 1 on the substitutions for the seniors.
Yeah, Vikings getting some seniors that maybe don't get to play all that much or more special teams guys as well. So all the guys getting in on their final game here at home.
Marino falls down in the backfield. That's going to go as a TFL for Henry Loger because he hit him before he went down to the grass. It's a loss of 2. So Loger's going to get a TFL in the stat book. That's always a good feeling as a younger player, right? And now 2nd down and 12 coming up. The ball moves back about 2.5 yards. Burlington came out, and I think the difference in this game, when you look at this one, is just going to be how well they were able to rush the passer and force Sulik into some bad throws in this one. Sulik will hand it off. And now Marino will reverse direction, tries to cut it off the right side, and he's going to get all those yards back he lost on the slip and more. Picks up 10 on that carry to make it 3rd and 2. What this warms you up for, though, is Catholic Memorial, and, well, you know about them. They won all those titles in the WISA, and then they won a bunch more in the WIAA. That is who awaits in Level 3, state quarterfinals next week. Friday night, 7 o'clock, Carroll College, if you're making your plans already. On 3rd and 2, the snap high but taken, and they'll give it back to Marino, and he will be ahead for a first down, picks up 5 or 6 yards. Clock continues to wind as we get close to 4 minutes to go in this one. Don't know what kind of post-game hardware you guys hand out if you do players of the game, but I would say the unit of the game certainly has to be the front line for Mount Horeb Barneveld, just able to get after the quarterback in this one. It really changed the game once they were able to get pressure on the quarterback.
And not to overshadow the offensive line for Mount Horeb Barneveld as well.
A lot of talent both ways on the lines here. They'll get the runner Marino for a couple of yards, 3 or 4 yards. It's Burlington running off the clock. And get this, Mount Horeb Barneveld in the second in this entire game, their time of possession, 13-18 in this game. They had the ball for 13-18, which is a little more than a quarter of this contest. In the second half, their last drive was 15 seconds, a 44-yard touchdown run. They had the pick 6. They had a 2-play drive that lasted 49 seconds and a 50-second drive that ended in a passing touchdown early in the 3rd quarter, which feels like an eternity ago. Marino tries to bounce it out, and he is going to be stopped for a loss. And once again, it is Loger with the TFL. They'll drop him behind the line. Back to the original line of scrimmage, a loss of 3 on the play.
Couple of nice plays there from number 41, the sophomore, Henry Loger.
So Loger, now with 2 TFLs on the night, adds to the team total, I think, unofficially of 7. Maybe it's 8. It's a lot of math for me.
Numerous plays that were just shy of sacks or TFLs as well.
Yeah, a lot of 0 and 1s in the scorebook I've got in front of me. He will give Marino off the right side, breaking down and missing the tackle. And now he gets blasted down and then hit right after the play as they come back to Marino. Maybe a yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down and 9 for Burlington as Sulik, the senior quarterback, still in. Their backup quarterback is Wesley Ballman, who we haven't seen on the field yet, so he might not be even suited for this game. They don't have a lot of guys on their sideline. Well, he is suited. I see 3 over there, but they don't have a lot of guys on their sideline. They got about 50 in the roster. So 4th and 9 here, 98 seconds to go, and they might just let this one go down for a delay of game and give themselves more room to punt. Or they take a timeout right before the end of it. It's their final timeout, and they do take it with 90 seconds to go in the contest. Mount Horeb Barneveld is at Waukesha Catholic Memorial next Friday night at 7 o'clock. Wisco Radio providing coverage of that next week. That coverage, as always, brought to you by MOHO Fitness here in the postseason. Catholic Memorial is going to bring, I think, a tough challenge for the front seven, for the offensive line, maybe a little bit more of a challenge. Burlington had some big guys on the line, but Catholic Memorial, just top to bottom, I mean, they send guys to D1 a lot, and they certainly bring some size to that equation.
Yeah, notable program in Wisconsin, and said it before, but Mount Horeb Barneveld is certainly familiar with games at Catholic Memorial in the playoffs, trying to get over the hump and defeat the private school Catholic Memorial. That game, of course, will be at Carroll College.
Well, they're going to go here on 4th down. I think they're just assuming that the Vikings will take a knee on the other side of it. They're going to let Sulik throw one last pass. He's going to get it out, and it's got to be caught on the right side. And it is going to be hauled in by a senior, Patrick Scruns. And they'll get it inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. So they get a pass completion to a senior from a senior, and it kind of reopens anything they might want to do. First reception of the year for Scruns. First and goal. They'll hand it. Marino stutter steps, now knifes forward, pushing and short of the end zone. 45 seconds to go. I'm thinking Burlington's going to get one more whack at this. They can't stop the clock. Even with an incompletion, they can't do a spike or anything. They have to line it up and go if they want to run a play. So it's up to the reserves here for Mount Horeb Barneveld to close out a pretty dominating win when you think about it, especially in the second half, 42-7. Burlington's got one more try at the end zone here. They do have the backup quarterback in here in Ballman. High snap. Ballman will take it. Angles his way for the end zone. He's in for the score with 12 seconds to go in regulation as Ballman, the reserve quarterback, Wesley Ballman, gets in. The sophomore scores, and he will then turn around and be the holder for the point after try if they kick it here. And they do appear to be lining up to kick. So the reserves get a drive into the end zone for a score. And on to try the point after is Benson Whiteside, who made his kick in the first quarter for Burlington the last time they had scored. This does not stop the running clock, not that it matters a lot with 12 seconds to go. Kick is up, and it's a low kick, and it is good. Just got it over. So 12 seconds to go, and once they kick the ball off, as soon as Mount Horeb Barneveld touches it, all they have to do is take a knee or fall on it, and the game will be over. Seniors getting one last chance, one last play here on the home field for Mount Horeb Barneveld. On the sideline, get a chance to kind of take it all in, knowing you ain't coming back here for a game.
Yeah, definitely a special moment. You want to enjoy the moment, but obviously think to bigger goals forward for this Mount Horeb Barneveld team, and then Burlington really just moment of reflection on all the great things that you've done throughout your career, throughout the season for the seniors, and then the young guys, of course, using it as motivation moving forward. Of course, beating a great New Berlin Eisenhower team last week, did Burlington coming in and making it to level 2. Just ran into Mount Horeb Barneveld on one of their best nights.
Here's the short kickoff. It's a sidewinder, and it's going to be returnable for the Vikings. And they don't have to return it, and he does indeed take a knee, and that should be the game. Clock will wind down. Yeah, the clock doesn't stop here, guys. It's running clock. They tell him to wind it, and that's it. The Mount Horeb Barneveld Vikings are going to win 42-14. The Vikings are on to the sectional final next week, and they'll take on Catholic Memorial in Waukesha at Carroll College a week from tonight. Final score is 42-14, Mount Horeb Barneveld. And with that, we'll remind you again, our broadcast tonight was brought to you by MOHO Fitness. We're going to hear from Coach St. Arnold coming up after the break. We're going to send it down to the field here in just a bit. But first, we'll take a quick timeout. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by MOHO Fitness. You're watching Vikings football on Wisco Radio.
The Mount Horeb Barneveld GridIron Club is an organization focused on assisting in the development of youth football players and raising funds for the Mount Horeb Barneveld football program. The mission of the Mount Horeb Barneveld GridIron Club is to work cooperatively with the Mount Horeb and Barneveld school districts to support the efforts of the Mount Horeb Barneveld High School football program and the Mount Horeb Barneveld youth football program. To learn more about the Mount Horeb Barneveld GridIron Club or to find out ways to support the program, head to mhb-football.com. That's mhb-football.com.
MOHO Fitness is Mount Horeb's family fitness center, providing 24/7, no-contract membership options for adults, families, seniors, and students. Parents, do you have a young athlete looking to take their training to the next level? MOHO Fitness offers youth classes to help teach young athletes how to train with the correct techniques. Youth classes for 4th through 8th graders are after school every Monday through Thursday. For more information, visit mohofitness.com or email jeff@mohofitness.com.
Go long. It's a championship lawn. Be ashamed if some weeds took the title.
Nice hit, Johnson. Are you sick and tired of your lawn getting sacked by weeds? Then sign up with Weedman to help you achieve a lush, green lawn that stands up to weeds. Did I mention that it was kid and pet friendly? Tackle weeds on your home turf with Weedman. Call or click today.
Mount Horeb Utilities is a locally owned, not-for-profit utility dedicated to the community it serves. Providing safe, reliable energy to customers in Mount Horeb, our hometown team is customer-focused and service-oriented, looking out for the community's best interests. At Mount Horeb Utilities, we are committed to keeping Mount Horeb a great place to live, work, and play. For more information on how Mount Horeb Utilities energizes our community, visit mounthoreb.utilities.com.
Are you in need of chiropractic services? Dr. Joe Ryan at Mount Horeb Chiropractic will provide the finest chiropractic care to each and every patient. Dr. Ryan uses advanced spinal correction and chiropractic adjustments utilizing state-of-the-art techniques. Dr. Ryan has years of training, expertise, and experience in helping patients get relief from their back pain, neck pain, and other related conditions. Located at 1840 Business Highway 18151 next to Pizza Hut, or call 608-437-0099 to set up an appointment today.
At Mound City Bank, we're more than just a local community bank. We're your dedicated partner for all of your financial needs. Whether you're looking for a personal or business account, we have a range of options, including free checking designed to suit your lifestyle. When it comes to loans, you can trust that every decision is made locally by our knowledgeable lenders who truly understand the needs of our community.
Come see how Mound City Bank can make banking easier and more personalized for you. Stop by or call us in Mount Horeb at 608-437-2685. Mound City Bank is proud to be here for you, with offices also in Platteville, Belmont, Cuba City, and Mineral Point. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back here to Mount Horeb High School. The Vikings winners 42-14 over Burlington in Level 2 of the playoffs. Let's send it down now to Brad Richardson on the field.
Level 2 football game here. This one's going to be one that you guys remember for a long, long time here. 14-7 game at halftime. Jack, we'll start with you. Obviously, both you guys two-way players, but a kind of a tough first half. But let's talk offensively first. Your offensive line really did a nice job, both keeping Brooks clean and obviously opening some holes for you and Eli.
Yeah, offensive line was amazing tonight. It was incredible. Like, I don't know if I've ever had such a free route to the second level at all this entire year. Like, that's a really good football team, and our offensive line just completely dominated them up front. So it was awesome to be able to get the ball and not see anybody for 5 or 6 yards and then be able to make a move in the second level and just see green grass ahead of you.
Yeah, your offensive line all night really did a nice job, and even that first half, you weren't necessarily putting points up, but you guys were getting big chunks of yards up the middle.
Yeah, that's one thing we just got to keep working on is executing down in the red zone. Obviously we're both a run threat and a deep threat on offense, so having that deep threat throughout the field really opens up the run game a lot more. But then once we get inside like the 20 or 30, can't throw out the back of the end zone, so they're able to defend the run a little better. But the O-line went to work tonight, and it was awesome.
Obviously, starting linebacker as well, and you guys held this really powerful Burlington offense in check here tonight. Just talk about how well your defense played.
Our defense played amazing tonight. We're doing a really good job recently of just playing together and flying to the football and just getting excited for each other. A lot of players are growing tremendously throughout these past few weeks, and it's just great to see because we brand ourselves on this Landshark MHB defense, right? And so to have these guys flying around and just playing free is just awesome to see. So just got to keep that rolling through next week.
All right, congratulations. Week number 3 for your Vikings. Yep. Best luck. We'll see you over at Catholic Memorial.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Jack Wilson here, and joined by Henry DeRozier, and we'll talk about that pick six as well. But let's just talk about your game. You're a two-way player as well for this Vikings team. Sometimes I think you go unnoticed on offense because you're out there doing a lot of blocking, but you've done a nice job when you've had the opportunities. Just talk about the offense here tonight and just kind of how you guys wore down Burlington.
Yeah, I think the O-line was definitely a big part of this game, huge part of this game. The gaps were wide open. Like Jack said, there was a lot of green grass tonight for him to run. They just put their backs into it, and they fought the whole game.
Well, your defense, we really highlighted the defensive front, and at times you roll up there and you're that fourth rusher, maybe you're on the blitz. Just talk about how your defense played here tonight.
Yeah, it was a little slow. I think we've got things to fix for sure, as we do every week, but I think we did good overall. Our D-line did really good. They put the pressure on the quarterback for sure, which resulted in the couple of missed throws and the pick. So I think they played really, really well tonight.
Well, you guys really had their quarterback on the run a lot, and that contributed to that interception. Just walk us through. It's got to be a highlight moment for you. You get the interception, and then you find yourself in the end zone.
Yeah, I had a mishap play the couple plays before, and I just went back doing my job and followed the running back out there. Got out there, got in front of him, pulled the ball, and just looked for the open field and had some great blocks. Caden Schlingen leading the way for me, and then just ran it down here.
All right, so it has to feel good in front of your home crowd here tonight, and congratulations and on at level 3.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, Henry DeRozier joining us on our Wisco Radio postgame show. And we'll see here if we can grab Coach St. Arnold as well. They're wrapping things up here, I think. And Coach St. Arnold coming our way. All right, Coach St. Arnold joining us here on our post-game show. Just talk with Jack and Henry. And, that's fine, yeah. Getting your crowd in here. Getting things situated here in this post-game show here. Coach St. Arnold's got a lot on his plate here, so.
We're good.
All right, no problem. Just talking to Jack and Henry there, and kind of a grinder in that first half. We talked after halftime. You guys led 14-7. Lot of things to talk about here, but just talk about your lines, both offensively and defensively, setting the tone here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it was we knew that coming in, and I talked about it at halftime. Our LC just kind of has to keep grinding because we were able to run the ball. And, I mean, as you can see, we did exactly that. We ran a ton of ball. We got two great running backs in Eli and Jack, and obviously they balled all night. Jack had some great runs. Eli had some great runs. So the offensive line, our LC, they're the ones that are setting and paving the way for us. And then you got the defensive line. Obviously, we want to get a little bit more pressure on the quarterback. I think that was kind of our struggle a little bit for us tonight. But overall, as far as holding the gaps on the run game, they didn't have very much success running the ball. And I think that for us in November and October, if you can stop the run, you got your shot. Like, you know, most teams aren't going to be able to live through the air. They got to run the ball this time of year. And since our team can do that, and then if we're able to stop it, that puts us in a really good shot to win games. And tonight kind of proved that. I mean, that's a really good football team. And obviously we're a good football team too, but credit to them. I mean, they gave it number 0 and 4 gave me nightmares all week. And I'm just proud of our guys because they deserve it, all of our seniors. Yeah, man. It was a good game and fun night for us. So we're looking to celebrate, and that we use tonight to celebrate, and then go on Sunday. It'll be CMH for us.
Yeah, I mean, your offensive line here, we mentioned that in the first half, they were really opening up the running game up the middle. And, you know, you just kind of chipped away, and all of a sudden, Jack's breaking off a long touchdown run. You know, Brooks didn't have to do a lot tonight, but when he was asked to throw the ball, he was back there, a clean pocket, just a real outstanding night here from the offensive line.
Yeah, our offensive line is fantastic. You know, it's pretty much composed of all underclassmen except for Moose, obviously. So we have one senior on that offensive line. To see their growth from week 1 till now is just phenomenal. Go back and throw the tape on from week 1 compared to where we're at right now. It's exactly where we want to be. We want to be peaking at the right time, and that's what our offensive line is doing. Can't ask anything for more than that. And for our guys, like, to keep just showing up every single day. And, you know, we had a couple losses this year where we didn't show up and do the best that we could. This LC, though, they've worked their tails off. They deserve everything they get. All the credit from what we talked about, you guys talking about how good of an offensive line they are right now. We're rolling, dude, and we're looking to take that in Waukesha next week. I'm excited about it.
Well, real quick, your defense almost pitched a pretty clean game there, that late touchdown, but you hold Burlington to 7. But you got off the quarterback a little bit in that second half. And then, of course, that pick 6 really just kind of put the stamp on things here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, there's some, obviously, you're going to give up some stuff to a good he's a good quarterback, number 1. And they've got, I think I was telling the guys, that's the best receiving core as a whole we've seen in a long time. So I felt like our guys did a really good job. The task was tall, and they responded. I mean, sometimes on defense, you ask the guys not to bend but don't break. That's kind of a lot what happened tonight. We had a little bit of bending, but we didn't break very often. And even that first drive, that first touchdown series they had to get a 3rd and 8 and they had to get a 4th and short, and we had them. I know, unfortunately, we didn't get the stop, but I just like the way our guys responded to that. And our secondary, man, good for them. Like I told them, I said 0 and 4 will give me nightmares this week while watching film. Really proud of our defense to step up when we needed them most, and obviously getting pressure on 17. I saw a lot of film of the people not really heating this guy up, and I really wanted to get him off his spot. And he had some missed throws tonight, but he also did make some good throws too. So credit to him and credit to Burlington, but I think that our boys obviously had a good, clean night, and that's why we came out with the W.
All right, well, the good thing is no nightmares after tonight, and you move on to level 3. Congratulations, Coach. Enjoy it.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Brad. Appreciate you guys.
All right. Coach St. Arnold here on our post-game show. Send it back up to the booth.
Thanks, Brad, and thanks, Coach St. Arnold, for your time there, and also, of course, to Jack and Henry for doing the post-game player interview with us. Again, the final score tonight, Mount Horeb Barneveld 42 and Burlington 14. Kate, any final thoughts on tonight?
I don't know. Overall, just an outstanding performance by Mount Horeb Barneveld. I mean, you come into the playoffs, you want to be playing your best football, and I think they certainly did that throughout the evening.
Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by MOHO Fitness. Next up, it'll be Mount Horeb Barneveld at Catholic Memorial, the game at Carroll College a week from tonight, 7 o'clock kickoff here on Wisco Radio. Big thanks to everybody who worked the broadcast tonight. Blaine Vestal here in the booth with us. Of course, Brad down on the field, Cade to my right, and myself, Jimmy Kuska, our camera operators as well. Actually, the camera operators, you might know the names. I threw the sheet away already.
We got Cam and Ethan.
There we go. Cam, Ethan, I'm sorry. I had the sheet taped here, and out of habit, I took it down. You guys did an amazing job tonight. Thank you guys so much. I'm Jimmy Kuska. Once again, your final score tonight from Mount Horeb. It is Mount Horeb Barneveld moving on to the postseason. The Vikings, 42-14 winners over Burlington. Have a great evening. You've been watching Vikings football on Wisco Radio.
Located in the heart of beautiful Mount Horeb, Wisconsin, Norsk Golf Club boasts a tough but fair 9 holes that will be challenging and fun for golfers of all ages. Norsk Golf Club is dedicated to serving our community by creating a family-friendly destination for golf, outdoor recreation, and entertainment in every season while preserving the irreplaceable green space in the center of Mount Horeb. Don't forget about our bar and grill, bowling lanes, and to stop by and watch the Wisco Radio broadcasts. To book